Welcome, one and all, to the PACIFIC414 YouTube channel. My name is Mike, and I'm glad you could be here. What is the PACIFIC414 YouTube channel, you might be asking? This channel is about a series I call The Box Score, where I recap each and every Chicago Cubs game that I'm able to watch. It's also about the Box Score sister series called The Mound Visit, where during Major League Baseball's offseason, I discuss all the news and rumors going about the league. However, I'm not just a baseball guy, I'm an all-around guy. That's why on this channel, you will see PACIFIC414 episode reviews, where I give my latest review and opinion of an episode of a TV series that I am watching. You will also see PACIFIC414 movie reviews, where I review movies of the past and present. You will also see a weekly series called PACIFIC414 Pop Talk, where I talk about all the news, rumors, and opinions going throughout pop culture, entertainment, anime, video games, and more. You'll also find live game streams on this channel, and you'll find my version of shorts called Quick Takes. Due to adult language, however, this channel is not recommended for those under 18. I hope you like what you see here on the channel, and if you do, feel free to leave a comment down in the comment section on a video, give it a thumbs up, share the video, and consider subscribing to the PACIFIC414 YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you, and have yourself a great day. Welcome, one and all, and good evening to the second collector stream here on the PACIFIC414 YouTube channel. My name is Mike, and I am joined here tonight by a few of my guests: Baron Orman Tagge, the Smoking Patriot, Common Sense America himself, and also Woopah Troopah. Good evening, gentlemen.
No.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hello. I have just received some messages from the other panelists. They are running a little late. That's cool. That's cool. You know, I didn't tell them they had to be here right at 8. They can show up whenever they can.
You know what I liked about that? You know what I liked about the intro? It had an ending.
You know what? No. Shut up, Mike.
Don't feed the troll.
No. That would not be wise. So, guys, how you doing tonight?
Oh, not bad at all.
Alive and kicking.
And please welcome my very special guest for the very first time. He's known as Fats, but it's Fat Steven Segal. Welcome, brother.
Hello.
How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm still breathing, so I'm guessing it's a win.
All right. Yeah, I caught a little bit of your stream earlier, and I understand that you're under the weather, so if you need to bail out at any time, just let me know. And
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for the invite. Sorry for sounding like a nasally love boat. It's I can't help it.
You never sounded better.
Oh yeah, that's it. Hey ladies. How you doing?
So tonight, what's going to go on here is we're all going to talk about our collections. In some cases, we're going to show off our collections. We're just going to talk about the things we like to collect. Very similar to the first collector stream I had on this channel back in March. But, you know, we all have many different items in our collection that we want to show off. So I think in this case, Baron, why don't you go first?
Oh, wow. Sure. I suppose I'm going to kind of go into a little bit of toy thing. Of course, Playmates came out with these great Star Trek toys. They had the great phaser toy. They had the great tricorder. Where do they get those wonderful toys? It's from the Celestial Toy Maker. Back, though, originally, Galoob came out with what they called the Phaser One for Next Generation. I don't know if it has a popularity or any value. I don't know anything about it. But compared to what the actual size of what the Phaser One is for the next generation, as you can see, it's kind of a glandular problem right there. Now this is a fan made prop that I got literally about the time Star Trek Next Generation came out. I don't know if there's many of these out there because these really weren't so popular because you really couldn't see them. They just kind of look like one of those key clickers. I'm going to open your car up. Now, nothing I really have here was going to show. I don't think it has much value. Of course, you can get these at dollar stores. You have your compendium. I mean, this is our memory alpha of the day. This was our Google. This was everything. All 70 some episodes of Next Generation here. I can't remember. Yeah, and they had up to Star Trek 3 in this one. There was others that did go up to Star Trek 5. I never got that one. Next Generation, of course, had their own. Mike was so nice to show me his. Not to be outdone, though, John Peel, who is known for doing like Doctor Who books and other stuff in Britain, he also came out with his encyclopedia of Star Trek back. I don't know, was there even a date on... This obviously is a self-published book. They try to make it look like 1988. This one came out there from Schuster and Schuster, trying to make it sound like Simon and Schuster. It's just like I said, it's just your typical fan-made, nothing special, but they're pretty interesting. Nothing really deep into what the show is about. But the savior of Star Trek, Bejo Trimble. Now we kind of get into a little bit of an area where it's kind of a little bit harder to find. Came out with the Star Trek Concordance. And they had like a little wheel thing on here where you could look up episodes and the names of episodes and such on there. And really well-researched material up to and including, of course, the animated series. Not to be outdone, of course, that was out of print for a long time, so she did another one, Concordance. This one was from Citadel Press. Actually, it's a lot different than the other one, but again, has all the way up to talking about animated shows, going into the movies, has a little bit of a encyclopedia in there. We couldn't get anywhere without, of course, our first Star Trek chronology. This is the thing that actually gave us a time list. Again, these books, most of these you can find like at your half price, whatever. eBay, not much. These aren't expensive, but they're fun to collect. They're nice to have in your library. Yep, there we go. I have another fancier one, but yeah, this is the one I was able to grab. This, however, was the book that killed Faz's Star Trek role-playing game. It was this one right here. They didn't have licensing for the Next Generation. They had licensing for the original Star Trek for role-playing, but they put out this and another year one manual. It's kind of as a book, but this is what killed their licensing with Paramount, and they lost the rights to have the Star Trek role-playing game. There's some interesting artwork in here. They even got to go into having like intermediate uniforms, what it would look like between the generations, hypotheses. Let's get out of Star Trek. I don't know where I found this. I don't know what the value is, but this is the complete not complete, but a collected works of Buck Rogers from all the way back in the 30s.
Nice.
Into the 70s. Like your dailies, you have your colors, your Sunday colors, you have your dailies. This is a fun one to go through and read. This actually came out before Star Wars. I think this came out in 76, so not even the Buck Rogers TV show was out. But you can see the evolution of the artwork and how the stories went from the 1930s on up to the 1970s when the comic strip did come to an end. Oh, let's go into Star Wars. I still have in its original box. I'm not taking it out though, but we have, of course, Jabba the Hutt, original box. Kind of like that, keeps things nice and tidy. As well as one of the people say is one of the most worthless Star Wars toys to ever have, the Twin Pod Cloud Car. Again, in the box. So, it's that's just a little quick pull out that I had for doing a show and tell. Do a quick one. Like I said, most of it not that expensive. Others, a little bit up there in price, and some I have no idea. None. Nada.
That's very nice. And I do want to say hello to Cash Money. Welcome.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, when did he get here? He's not good.
And I also want to say hello to DJRonnieG. All right, Steven,
Yo,
what do you have
pardon
in your
me?
collection, brother?
I can't really show much because.
What's up?
How you doing?
Excuse me.
Is it good?
I think so.
It's good.
Yeah, yeah, you're good, man.
Well, comics, figures. I have a Funko collection, but I was collecting it like before it became the sadistic common trend of fake nerds. So that has to go though. I have to get rid of that. But pretty much a lot of things. Let's see if this works without. Right. Oh wait. Nope, that's the wrong button. Oh shit! I was not prepared to turn on the camera.
No, it's all right. If you just want to talk about your collection, you can do that too. I'm very flexible.
Yeah, last thing we need is an accidental shot of your ass. That's all I gotta say.
Where the hell do you think I keep my webcam?
I don't know. That's what scares me.
Okay, Sharon, no offense, but I'm going to have a talk with your missus about what kind of things you're thinking about your panelists doing.
Copy for me.
Bear, do you need a timeout?
I always need a timeout.
Stop harassing your brother.
What was this? Snap. One of the things, of course, I think that one of the things I think we talked about before about collecting is not necessarily going for the value, it's going for what you like and enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think anyone who goes out there with the intent, I'm going to collect this and make a bunch of money on it if I sit on it for a year, 2, 3, 10, is a fool. Because you'll never, and that's when you find out you're just collecting something you like, and then someone comes up and goes, I offer you $1,000 for that. It's like, what?
Yeah, or they buy something like the PS5 or whatever. Oh, there aren't many around. Oh, I'm gonna sell this for a ridiculous price on eBay or Amazon or something.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Well, it's like the people that go around to garage sales and they'll buy up anything nerd-wise and throw it on eBay because they think, oh, well, this could be valuable. It's like, why don't you try collecting that stuff? Garage sales can be a gold mine in terms of collector's items.
Oh, yes.
Oh, very nice, Steven.
Dude.
That is
Dang,
awesome,
bro.
brother.
Dude, that is great, man.
I especially love how
Very nice.
Optimus is surrounded by Carnage and Venom.
There's two Optimuses there.
Very cool.
That is terrific, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that Baroness figure right there. Nice.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
actually signed by the original voice actress.
I see
Oh,
that.
wow.
Very cool.
I'm gonna.
And those actual figures are from Wish, minus the back Optimus.
What did Pacific tell you, Baron? We can't take you anywhere.
You're right.
Vision is also signed by the same voice actor who did Dr. Bad Vibes from the Cops cartoon, which I have the full series right there. And you can see
cool.
those shelves are full.
Very cool, man.
Wow.
Very
That's
nice.
a really shitty camp. Thank you. Sorry for interrupting your story. Yeah, I'm white, by the way, so just so you guys.
Yeah, we never guessed, dude.
Dang it. I had
Dang, I
my
know,
money on
right?
Indian.
Oh, so you mean Vigilante is the black guy? Okay.
I'm not. Yeah, but pretty much Funko. If it wasn't for Funko, as much as people mock back in like 2012, before it was becoming mainstream, you literally had like the way we look at Hot Wheels variants with chases, and it'd be a 1 in 36 box, right? So, in a case of 36 pops, you would only get one chase variant, and this is before everything went to 1 in 6. So I got into Funko collecting that. It got me out of the house more, going back to cons, dealing with my agoraphobia, and actually getting back into routine and being able to somewhat function with people. 300 pops later, pretty much, I got back into comics and figures, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I just knew all the Funko's gone. And people make it funny. I actually sold, I think, what was it, 9 of those Chase variants. A guy came by my house. This was a couple years ago, and dropped $2,500 cash.
Wow.
Oh,
So
nice.
Funkos do still have a profit there. But I got old stuff like the original first runs of the He-Man pops or Star Wars stuff, all the Marvel Collector Corps.
So would you consider that the heart of your collection, the Pops figures?
No, the heart of my collection is realizing no woman will ever have sex with me in this room. Because of all the nerd stuff. No, because of all the nerd stuff. That's the joke.
Is that good or bad? Like,
it's the sorcerer. It's the joke is went over the head. Never mind. I'm gonna stop.
It's his fortress of solitude.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
It's the fortress of crumpled tissues. Let's put it that way.
And you're saying I need a timeout.
There's some woman out there that is just like, challenge accepted.
Oh, that's all I need. Someone named here's my Neil Diamond panties from '84. Don't mind the hair. But the Funko maybe, but the Spider-Man ones are probably my favorites. Like I have all the symbiotes and stuff. The
Very
Stan Lee
cool.
ones are pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice, man.
And the long box of Harley Quinn Power Girl comics, I just don't touch anymore. Yeah, there's everything here. I'm sorry, Cash. Do you want to go?
No, dude, it's all right.
Are you sure? He's like,
Yeah, I did not.
I've
You're
been.
just trying to make me feel bad, buddy.
He's like, chop, you fat sick bastard. Chop.
I did not say that.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and play a clip. A couple of you already know what clip I'm probably going to end up playing, but here we go.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow? Yo! I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
I'm definitely surrounded by this.
keep firing, assholes.
Guilty as charged.
No, man, you have an impressive collection, dude, of figures.
I love
and
looking at
comics.
it, brother.
Yep.
Very cool, Stephen.
Oh,
Very cool. Man.
Thank you. I was just being a dick, Cash, because
I know, dude.
Hold on, and I'm not gonna put this on camera, but if you guys are, or hopefully the batteries aren't burned out.
Oh, man.
That is the full-size wearable blaster you can go on your hand that lights up. And you can
Oh,
charge
that
it.
is nice.
Nice.
Ooh.
Like I said, what is that? Oh, don't look at that, baby. I'm trying to look sexy tonight, you know.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
I have like that Thanos glove piggy bank. Like, hey, baby, you ever been fisted before?
Hey, I mean,
It's the
listen,
power
you
thing.
could have them.
You know, Steven,
was like, is that a flash code and ray gun, or are you just happy to see me?
Watch, if I snap my fingers, 100% of your clothes will come out.
No joke. I actually have the Dark Souls, I think, 2 collector's box still. The Dead Space 2 collector's edition with the plastic plasma cutter with the original battery still in it, still works somewhere. The
That's
infamous
cool,
statues and backpack. And I do have, it is true, I do have the Gary Busey Aunt May figure. I'm not joking.
Wow.
Wow.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Gary Busey as Aunt May?
Hold on. You don't know this? These were actual official Marvel toys. And there was an Aunt May from the cover, right? And I got this figure. A friend of mine sent it to me. You open it in a new tab because it's going to break someone else's computer. But it literally, it has man hands like from Seinfeld. And I've shared it down below. Yes, this is a real figure, but it's literally, that's Aunt May. That's fucking Aunt May.
That is frightening. Holy.
You're right. That
What?
is the Gary Busey Aunt May.
Oh, good grief, man.
That is a Marvel figure. I am not joking.
Oh, man.
I mean, that's like Norman Bates' mother almost.
I plead the fifth, Your Honor.
I don't know. I was kind of thinking it was more the lines of Ric Flair.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here, I'm the man.
Well, he said he's
maybe,
the man.
Maybe Uncle Ben purposely jumped in front of the bullet after seeing that. That's all I gotta say.
Oh man,
that was too soon.
That figure's got to be worth a lot of money, right? Because
because last thing I want, no.
Just somebody to have that, just because it's weird and different. I could see somebody wanting to pay for that.
That's like saying I have O.J. Simpson's pubic hairs in a bag because one day it might be worth an Eisner Trophy. Like, I'm trying not to swear. I'm sorry.
See, you've never been to my channel before. Guess what? Swearing's allowed.
You can fucking swear, Steven. It's all good.
Hey, Cash.
I mean, Cash, honestly, the only person who would buy that figure would be some guest character from the X-Files that wants to wank off to it. That's all.
Oh, I hope not, dude. That's terrible.
Oh, man.
It's a love doll.
It's like one of those. It's honestly, it belongs in a Ripley's Believe It or Not museum.
Definitely.
It belongs somewhere, but not even fire touches it.
You've tried, right?
He tried to set it on fire. It didn't work.
Okay, here I gotta share one more because you guys
all right. Go for it, man.
Very cool, brother. Go ahead.
I'm trying. I'm having. There we go. Did someone have cicadas in the background?
I mean, and there's crickets where I'm at, but I mean,
no.
I don't know if you can hear it though.
I hear a hiss. But that's about it.
Oh wait, wrong one. No, wrong one. No, that's something else. Well, I'm having. It's gone now. There we go.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm telling you, because they were trying to do comic covers, right? So that's literally what it comes in. This is from Toy.
Holy cow!
Gosh, dude, it really does look like something out of Americans.
Oh gosh.
Peter, you want a sandwich?
What was that Family Guy thing? Hi, Gary Busey. How you doing, Gary Busey? You good, Gary Busey? He's looking in the mirror.
Come on in, Fox Mulder, for a special pie I made.
Look at the size of the man hands.
Holy cow! Literally looks
Are we sure that's not a member of the Addams family?
No, it clearly says Marvel Comics.
I know. I'm just saying there could have been a typo. I mean,
but look at Aunt May, and then look.
Yeah.
There's some. Look, even in the box, like Aunt May's cross-eyed, sort of, and there's Gary Busey going, I don't get paid enough of this. And he has a paunch too. Like, what is the beer gut? No teeth. It's like they just gave her a pink lead vest from the dentist office.
They really just had some surplus action figures, and they're like, we can do something with these, right?
Oh yeah, I can do it. No.
It's like, this is an idea. Let's turn Gary Busey into Aunt May.
Look, I saw that. They did other ones too, right? Like there's Gambit with I don't know what the hell it's like. They all have the same chin. Then there's Wolverine's just as bad. Then there's Captain America.
Look at that face.
Why is he just perpetually screaming?
I zipped it up and my weenie up in the zipper.
You just hear him.
He's just screaming, America.
Oh, you think that's bad? Like a Phoenix.
What?
They even did Scarlet Witch.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, they really. Yeah.
I'm just.
And there's, I can't do this to you guys anymore. You have to look yourself.
Can't do that. It's still funny.
That is.
Hello, pop culture.
Frightening.
Oh wow.
That is frightening.
I hope I didn't piss off the Gundam dude. I didn't mean to do that.
That's all right. Well, since it looks like Ronnie's stepping away for a moment, Cash, why don't you go next?
All right. You want to pull up the pictures?
Yep, I'm getting them ready right now. I've got them in order. So
Yeah, when
you got them trained well, don't you, Cash?
I do.
I can see down Ronnie's shirt, just FYI. No, I'm just messing with you. I'm messing with you.
Wait, no, don't fix it.
Lower.
Lower, please. Yeah, lower.
Make that shirt a V-neck. I want to see some skin.
But yeah, when I was growing up, I collected a bunch of Marvel figures. I went to some of these like gaming conventions, collected cards, and then I started collecting games. So I've got that's just some of the collection. I started with Nintendo 64. I have a pretty good collection of PlayStation 2, Switch. So I got some collector's editions from PC. I've got the Warcraft 3 one. I have the Diablo 3 one. And I mostly bought that because I never owned Diablo 2. That's my Switch collection. I think it's still building, but there seems to be at least like 5 Zelda games there. Yeah.
I bought a whole OLED Switch just to play one game.
Yep. I bought I still say some of those games, even on Switch, like I wouldn't get those for full price, but maybe $45. There's some of my PS4, PlayStation 2 collection. Some of those games aren't open, like that Metal Gear Solid Collector's Edition or Deluxe Edition. It's not open yet. I still need to open that.
I don't see the Batwoman game.
Oh, the Batwoman. Oh,
yeah,
it's not there.
Oh.
Batwoman? Did somebody say Batwoman?
Oh boy.
I'm not going to character right now.
Yeah, I wasn't asking you to go into character. I was just
but yeah, PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4. I'm still not sure if I ever want to buy a PS5 or an Xbox Series X, but just there's not enough there yet for me to justify that price. There's some of my 3DS and Switch games.
Nice.
Yeah. So I got.
So pretty.
Thank you. So I've got a pretty good collection for games I've been collecting since probably because I never owned an NES, so I started with Super Nintendo. So I've got about 3 rows or something of those games. Yeah, so that's it's a pretty good collection. I'm probably going to get a few more games here and there. Nice. I've got a pretty good collection of I still have some CDs, of course. I've got a pretty good collection of that. And then also PC games when we actually bought games that weren't digital. And then I've got about 200 and some games on Steam. I've got quite the backlog still. Could be a lot bigger on Steam, but
that's what she said.
That's right. I was waiting for you to say that, buddy.
But I'm bummed.
But yeah, and some of that stuff, like that one picture with the 3DS, like I was fortunate to find Chrono Trigger because that game is hard to find. I got a good collection of Final Fantasy games, and yeah, still got a lot of that stuff to play.
And I'm sure, like any of us, you're probably looking on Amazon or eBay or any other site where you can find the games either used or in mint condition.
I found some good stuff at GameStop, believe it or not. So yeah, including amiibos and even Disney Infinity figures when that game was around. I've got a good deal of Star Wars figures.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's go ahead and move on to the next panelist. DJRonnieG, you're up, brother.
Just in time, man. Let me tell you, I was literally just kind of gathering everything. But let me just hit my stopwatch in case I go over. I mean, I know you're not gonna be a fascist, but by the way, I appreciate this. I love this idea of a collector's stream. Really, I'm hyped about it so much. But yeah, let's hit the ground running here. So where do I begin? So earlier today, I was just kind of looking for stuff because I ran out of time. Not enough time in the weekend, and I did buy the Early Voyages comic, issue number 1, when I was a kid, but at some point, a friend of mine gave me a stack of comic books like 5 years ago when his friend was moving or closing a comic book store. So I thought I'd share this assortment right here, and some of its original series, some of it looks like motion picture era here. I mean, one thing that I didn't really scratch the surface on, I didn't even know I had, was this Deep Space Nine, let's see, Rules of Diplomacy here. You got Nog on it featuring Aaron Eisenberg, so maybe that's a good time. And then beyond that, I had, where was it, Spock and his cat. Yeah, this thing here had some concept art inside of it. It's basically like something that came with a DS9 comic, I presume. I didn't even really look at it at all. I just browsed it. If this artwork looked kind of cool.
I hate to say this, you're stuck on the Darth Maul figure.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, am I? Whoa. Look at that. How long has that been? Oh, my bad.
No, I'm not hating it.
We're not hating it.
Well, that is, thank you, Baron. But yeah, so I'll do a fast recap here. Luckily, VLC, you could hit a button and it goes at like 5 times speed. Yeah, so we'll go like I'm on speed right now. There we go. But yeah, so you got some comics, same thing. I already did the voiceover, so, we can rewind it in our brains later. Nog, a nice big picture of Nog. I mean, this part's like the least special part of it all anyway, but I figured get it out of the way. We got some stuff here, this concept art, which is really what... Yeah, I don't know, I just thought it looked kind of cool. It looks like, DS9 Terok Noir under construction. Mm-hmm. This here looks like some... Whoops. Oh yeah, that's another thing I collect. So I collect hard drives, and that's like not really, collectibles, but I mean, if you want to, store everything, remember, when you use Amazon, you don't have it, so if I own a movie on DVD, I'm going to put it on hard drives so that, if the internet goes out, if Amazon stops carrying my favorite show, I still have it. And so I have this problem where I hoard hard drives, and I got to do a little dusting, obviously. But what ends up happening is I replaced a bunch of 6 terabyte drives. So now I have like a bunch of unused 6 terabyte drives, and I'm using them to archive basically pretty much everything that I'm worried about losing, even though everything is redundant here. So that's something else I collect technology-wise. Okay. And, so this is the concept art I was speaking about earlier. So, some alternate uniforms, it appears. And I don't know, Baron, can you help me out here? What's going on here? Like, it looks like Terok Noir under construction, and I see a guy standing on a building. Any inferences here?
I think I have that or had that at one time, that issue, and I cannot remember exactly what's going on there. It almost looks like a prophet type of figure looking up at it. So maybe it's a foreshadowing of the prophet, because you notice he's kind of standing on top of what it looks like where the orbs are put into.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what that is. Okay, because I wasn't sure. Like, I was mixing that up with Cardassian architecture, but now that you mention it, that sounds... Okay, I'm going to look into that. Thank you.
That's Kardashian.
So do you think it's not a Cardassian?
No, it's a Kardashian.
No. Oh, it's a Kardashian one. I don't think the butt is big enough, but there's a little bit of a curve on the hip over here.
Well, it's a clone.
So then moving on from there... we got these photos here, and let's see here. So if I'm doing this correctly, and I'm sure I'm mixing something up here. You know what? I'm going to disable this studio mode because it always gets me. Alright, so yeah, I got my Shadows of the Empire omnibus. I got the original box for Mario Brothers 2, and I actually have the cartridge, and I'm going to reunite them and put them on the shelf together so that they can stay together. Because, you know, I mean, I got Mario 2 on an emulator, and I got it stored on, like, my Nintendo Wii. I got it on my Xbox original, which is another machine that hoards, archives a lot of stuff. And, you know, then over here, you know, I collect vintage technology. So on the bottom here, we got, actually at the top, we got a Bernoulli disc. And if you look at a Googled up picture of this, it looks like a floppy disk, a giant floppy disk. And then the one below it is a 3DFX graphics card. And these were like really in vogue in the late 90s, like for gaming and stuff. You know, you had your 3D accelerator routine. So then I have a little mini Sun collection. So there's like a pizza box sized server, and it used to be my mainstay for just storing crap and remote access and just learning. And then above it, we have an iOmega zip drive, taking 100 megabyte zip disk. We got a Game Genie. And then I got a C64. When I worked at Best Buy, I used to always raid the e-waste, e-recycling heaps. So, you know, once in a while I acquire something of interest. A stack of Atari games next to it as well. They work. No, wait, those are not Atari. Those are even weirder. Those are, I think, ColecoVision, which I don't have the machine for, but I still had to take them home. Got NES Advantage. Picard's helmet is with my Micro Machines. My Micro Machines are in the attic. I got 2 Tasha Yards. Actually, years ago, my mom regretted not buying this during the late 80s or early 90s. She was going to buy it for $7 at the mall. And then Tasha Yard dies. Becomes $14, and you know she's got 2 kids. She ain't trying to spend $14, so you know, like 25 years later or 20 years later, I bought it for her. You know, and then I got, you know, a fresh Anakin, my Omnibus from there. This is my IBM PC-AT, and the cool thing about this machine is it actually, you know, wasn't designed to run with an optical or CD-ROM drive, but you know you can get it to work, and you know if you have the right version of DOS, it's a pretty healthy machine. For what it is. And why isn't, whoops, there we go. Okay, I know I'm running a little over here. I'll wrap it up soon.
It's all right, brother. It's all right.
I appreciate it, Mike. So this keyboard down here on the bottom here is called an IBM Model M keyboard. And these are like, you know, old style buckling spring mechanical keyboards. You get like a very, very satisfying click when you type on one of these. So, you know, just good to have if you're looking for an old mechanical keyboard. The Model M is sort of like the standard for noisy keyboards that you'll probably piss off your wife with if she's, you know, sleeping. From here, this is the motherboard for a Pong Sport 4, which is just a Pong basically. And so when I was a kid, I had a bad habit of taking shit apart, and unfortunately, like, I have the freaking ROM chip somewhere else, which I do know where the ROM chip is, but the chassis is gone. Like, I have 2 Pong paddles, a microchip that goes in this slot here, and it would work. But, like, yeah, sloppiness there. But still good to have, because that's like a legit Pong, and with that chip, it plays Pong. This I don't really collect, but that's my first telescope, 1978 Celestron C8. And if you look at the like bottom right corner, you can actually see part of the bowl-shaped mirror on its original mount, because it's essentially using a mirror to concentrate light. And then that's the AT again. So, real quick, my last part of show and tell, this is why we had this awkward camera angle here, because, you know, it's like my desk cam, but I think my webcam is superior. So, of course, this is my pride and joy of a Romulan warbird. It's got the freaking bird of prey. It's got a literal bird on the bottom of it, which is just lovely. You know, and then, like, unfortunately, I just didn't get time to go into my attic and retrieve my, whatchamacallit, my other fleet. I have a whole fleet in my attic. Like, I got the original Enterprise. I mean, you saw it last week on my stream, Mike. I had, like, a freaking Sovereign class Enterprise in my desk here, and the freaking warp nacelles are also somewhere else. What a shame. I mean, really, like, how are they supposed to escape from the Borg here? So then finally we have the Playmates Enterprise D, and I think Loki was bragging about picking up one of these recently. And you know, if you want to change your view screen, you got the probe that destroyed, you know, the Yamato, I believe, if that is the probe. No, that's just the planet. You got a Romulan warbird for your on screen here, and then we got a Ferengi Marauder, and we got that, you know, lopsided, asymmetrical, uncharacteristically asymmetrical Borg ship. And this one is pretty surprisingly complete. The only thing I'm missing from here is the stand. which I think is in my Micro Machine box. There was this weird door like over here for some reason. I think this is a brig on the side. So you got like a brig right here with a little bed, and then you put your door here. There's a computer console for someone to sit, presumably a security officer, and amazingly, everyone is actually in their seats. Like, you got Riker and Picard. Focus. Yeah, you got Riker and Picard. Picard. What's his name? Lieutenant Data and Riker. Oh, and this is weird, dude. I just noticed this. This Riker figurine, if we get focus on it, he has a rip in his shirt, and this is not because I ruined it. He legit has a rip in his shirt, like straight up rip, and I guess he was in a fight here, so we're just gonna make a manual adjustment.
Well, even the original Playmates Next Generation figure release, the figure of Riker had a rip in his uniform.
Yeah, so that's very interesting. So I don't know if they were depicting a certain, battle or fight, but, I just thought it was kind of a cool detail. And so with that, I think, I shared most of what I wanted to share. I was really excited when you announced this like a month ago, and I'm glad that I was able to show some of my stuff. And the only other thing that I guess I would show is my camera that takes floppy disks, apparently. Like, straight up, how does this work? Yeah, there we go. So this here, you charge it up, and I can run it on AC power right now, which I'm not going to waste time. But yeah, straight up, like, you could take 10 pictures or 20 pictures. Yeah, I think it takes 20 pictures on one disc. And then beyond
for the time that was made, that was pretty good.
Yeah, like floppy disk was relatively affordable. You get like a multi-pack for pretty cheap, and SD cards were like very low capacity, and you had to pay out of the ass for them. So having the option to use a floppy drive was not bad at all. I mean, this is another item I got from the e-waste heap, So, that's basically that. And, other than that, the rest of it is stuff that I just gotta restore, like, I got my NES right up here, nothing special, just a Nintendo, I got 2 N64s, I got a expansion pack for my second N64, because, apparently, like, these never went down in price, but what I'm planning to do is an RGB mod on one of the N64s, and that will give you good and proper HDMI output, like, it's better than using an upscaler. And then we'll see how that works out. I'm looking forward to doing that on one of the N64s, whichever one has the older components, because basically the older the N64, I believe, the easier it is to perform the RGB color modification. Basically, Super Nintendo is hardwired to use RGB output. So if you get like a appropriate adapter, you can get like very good picture on a Super Nintendo, but for an N64, you actually have to do like a bit of soldering and sometimes install some components. If you look up N64 RGB mod, you get a pretty good idea. So, other than that, I got some Gundam models. I have one that's almost complete. The original RX-78-2 Gundam, and, stuff like that. So, if you do one of these in the future, I'll be looking forward to it. If not, well, I'll just show some of this stuff on my channel. But, this is a really grand old time. I love looking at all of your stuff between Baron and Cash Money and Mr. Woopah Troopah and all.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do more of these. I mean, ever since the first collector stream, I decided, especially after talking to Smoking Patriot, that I'm going to do these monthly streams where, a Saturday each month, I'm going to pick a theme. And for that Saturday, I'm going to have panelists who are more than welcome to come on at any time and, discuss themes of that theme. As a matter of fact, for next month, the theme is going to be those of us who are into pop culture and sports.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much the plan for June's. And let me go ahead and change things here real quick. There we go. Much better. And let me bring in here the Padawannabe. Good evening, brother.
Hey, everybody. How we doing?
Doing good, brother.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing good.
Where am I?
Who am I?
What am I?
Where, when, why, how?
Those bands are
What universe is this?
You don't want to know.
No. You do not want to know. So now that we've had DJRonnieG go, how about we have the Smoking Patriot?
All right. So I'm going to turn my camera on. I don't know how good it's going to look because the light is behind me. So
It looks like Baron's being a Smoking Patriot over here right now.
Yeah.
I was tempted to pull out a cigar. So I'm going to use my iPhone, actually, the flashlight of my iPhone to help me with this. So something I started getting into last year is yeah, I know, right? Comic books, but not just any comic books. Power Ranger comic books. This is basically the EU for Power Rangers. And so right here we have, I believe they're called the Galaxy Rangers, I think they're called. So basically, so for those of you who don't know, in the Mighty Morphin, you had Jason, Trini, and Zach. They left supposedly to go to like a conference of some sort. And what happened is Zordon actually promoted, not so much a promotion, but he basically took them to where they're kind of like protect the actual like universe. So they make up this trio right here. You see the red, black, and yellow Rangers. And that right there is Lord Draken. He's a, like I said, basically a Power Rangers EU. And I have 2 other comic books, by the way. I'm trying to get more, but every time I go to a comic shop, they're like, we can't keep these in stock. We can't. Like, they're selling like wildfire. So that's got Lord Draken on it. So that's something I started getting into last year that I got to go to some local comic shops and see if I can find more of them. Because there's like multiple stories within Power Ranger lore that the TV shows never cover. And it's insane. Like multi-dimensional battles, Ranger team-ups from all the various series because the team's been wiped out. So you'll get like 1 from this team, 2 from that team, 1 from this team, 3 from that team. And it's like, we're talking epic battles. So that's one thing. And then this thing is, here's my other one. This is a big one. And Pacific, you're going to know exactly what this is because I showed you it, I think like a month ago, I want to say. Mm-hmm. This, Gypsy Danger.
Yep.
So when Pacific Rim first came out, they offered 2 different size ones, like a little 9-inch, and then this, which is about, I think I measured it at 18 inches tall. So this is, I'm trying to get a better view here for the camera. So this is Gypsy Danger. This is after he's been upgraded. So when you see him a little bit later in the movie, and he's been upgraded with a stronger core. But the cool thing about this one, this is the one where his hand is already transformed into his plasma cannon. This one's actually a little harder to find. So I've been trying to find these because I was actually I was on a voice chat with Pacific a few weeks ago when I told him about it. And let me turn this flashlight off. And the funny thing is that when I first bought this in 2015, I got it for $50. The cheapest you can find any of the Jaegers from the first Pacific Rim movie, $250 now.
Wow.
That's the cheapest one you can find. And they are not easy to find. Like, you have to really dig through, like, obscure toy websites to even find one of them. So those are the 2 things I've really started getting into collecting on. There was something else I was going to show, but I couldn't find it. Somebody got me. They just handed it to me. It's a bunch of the like DS9 and TNG like booklets and manuals, and they got them from a garage. They got them from a garage sale for like $10, like 7 of these, and he gave them to me many years ago, and I held on to them.
Real quick.
Yep.
Just in case. Anything like this?
No. Okay. So. Give me 1 second. Let me go see if I can actually dig them out. I dug them out, but I completely forgot where I put them. I think I know where. Just give me 1 quick second.
All right. While you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and let Padawannabe go. So, Padawannabe? What do you have in your collection now?
Well, nothing's pulled out yet because I didn't know where I was going with this, but I figured I might as well at least get a visual of what I deal with. Because I've actually been going through a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to get things figured out. What I got, how much I have to deal with. Something that we actually just did, although because I do a lot of Star Wars, a lot of Lego, and we just did a Lego stream because there's one thing as Star Wars fans, they just don't make Lego lightsabers. So we actually did a mock creation stream where we made our own Lego lightsabers.
Nice.
So this is actually going to go right into my collection, even though I kind of dismantled some old sets to use some pieces, but I'll have to buy some more pieces. But in the last few weeks, I'd say there's definitely a few things I've acquired. I got some old, most of the comics I collect are going to be old X-Men stuff, 90s circa New Mutants, so if anybody knows X-Men stories and things like that from the 90s, I'm pretty well versed in a lot of that. I also started collecting some Star Wars comics when the prequels were coming out. There was such large hype around the entirety of everything that was happening. And I just got some of these from a set I really don't think I had all those many years ago. I think this will plug in right where I needed to, some Clone Wars comics. So I'm really happy I was able to acquire those things. And
Nice.
and the last, let's see, I wanted to pull this out. But as we can see, I do have like N64 collection. I was able to get this out of storage, which I'm really happy about these things. This was something that I've held on to since I was a little kid. So I'm real happy to still have the little slut cars from way back. These were actually super cliffhangers, so they went upside down and did the stuff. But if anybody remembers these things, basically little electric Hot Wheels, something like that. That's a really big deal for me. When I was a kid, I was really into HO scale trains, slot car tracks. I was the only child, so those were things when I was really young, before elementary school and during elementary school. It kept me going. I had Lincoln Logs, Legos. Comics didn't come in till quite a bit later because I used to draw a lot as I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Huge fan of dinosaurs. I have these things here, which if anybody has been around 30 years or so will remember these things here, basically like the old balsa wood dinosaur skeletons. So this one's actually all in pieces. It's going to be quite a jigsaw puzzle. This was, I think I have a Tyrannosaurus Rex and a raptor in here, Allosaur. And this was something that I always collected. As we saw them over the years, I would just buy them. Now they're a lot more common to find, but back then it's like you would get a few released, and if you wanted them, you needed to grab them. Might not be around. You may never see some of these things after you see them the first time in the stores, which is kind of weird. But then I have some large cardboard cutouts that I acquired over the years. You got General Grievous, an original clone. So these were pretty cool acquisitions I was able to come up with. stores go out of business, or you'll have promotional things. We all kind of see those around Walmart, comic book stores, GameStop. And that's something we all used to do as collectors, is get those big cardboard promo cutouts or posters and things. And now I really noticed at a point that GameStop, you go and go, oh, that poster's so cool. It's like, how do you get one of them? And they're like, oh, everything's already reserved. And that was kind of, I'll admit, that's totally kind of our fault for doing that over the years.
Well, you mentioned getting those. I know working retail myself, a lot of times we had to throw them away if somebody didn't claim them.
Yeah. I mean, the companies, the stores, they don't want that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I could only imagine how much is really out there that just is sitting somewhere, in like a warehouse. We know there's something like that. But then, so I've been going through some of the old boxes. Basically, this is one of my Star Wars action figure boxes. So I've got, I may have shown these before, I don't remember, but I've got some of the Mandalorians, some like special sales stuff that was only available certain websites. I remember when they started that kind of stuff back in the day. It's like, oh, you can only get it through this website or at this store. And it's like, oh man, I can't keep up like that. You guys are having me do all this crazy stuff. And then I've got a few Power of the Force, the classic ones. I was never a huge collector of this particular line because I just thought they didn't look as natural as they did in the series. But these were those things, like being that guy, like he was saying, people just give you stuff over the years. And I'm not turning it down. I'll take all that,
Yeah, why not? Somebody's offering you something that you collect, add it to your collection.
And then a lot of people will remember like the figures with the coins that came out around that time also.
Mm-hmm.
And my ultimate plan is to, because these ones here, most of these will stay in their boxes, but like these ones that I have that aren't exactly a collection, like this isn't, he is from a certain one, but this wasn't the Revenge of the Sith or Attack of the Clone series. So what I'm doing with a lot of my clone troopers is I'll take them out and I plan on using them in like a Geonosian battle scene.
Okay.
So that'll be super fun. Then I got like, so those were those ones. And then of course, at the episode 1, I've got quite a solid collection of episode 1 figures. Got quite a solid collection of the episode 2. And then there was also, at these times, again, Star Wars was so popular. Like this was during the Attack of the Clones run, but they started making, key events from the old movies. So I got a lot of these, like the Luke Skywalker, things that it's like, oh, that would have been a cool figure to have when I was a kid, but they didn't really make this figure. I had Bespin Luke, but his hand didn't come off. I think I might have had a Bespin Luke whose hand did come off at some point, but I'll tell you, I'd have to say these prequel figures is probably, I'm pretty happy with these. I know a lot of people aren't as big of a fans of the sequel or the prequel series as some of the other ones, but we all know from the collection point, man, that's when Star Wars shined.
Yeah.
Just having so much merchandise.
Merchandise.
Yeah, that's the big joke. The Spaceballs merchandising.
Spaceballs 2, the quest for more cash.
At that point,
money.
late 90s, early 2000s, I was really
yeah,
invested.
some of the some of the faces on those figures don't always look that great, and it's like sometimes I'm like they got to do some better work.
I
on
know.
it.
I know.
It drives me crazy.
I've been in we've been around long enough that there's a lot of those cross-eyed figures, and that was what we
Yes.
got. You know, or even the coloring might have not exactly added up the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what I got in here. I'm just kind of pulling some random boxes here, see what's available.
Not a problem, brother. While you're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and let Woopah Troopah go.
Yep, do it.
Oh, hey, hold on. I gotta try and set up stuff because I gotta turn around my laptop and all that.
I would expect a Cardinal fan to make an excuse while on a Cubs fan stream.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
There we go again.
That's it. Everybody clear the room, man. We got a standoff.
Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm leaving right now.
I'm sorry. It's hard. It's hard to hear you all the way down there in the standings, Mike.
Slugs. Don't any of you have the guts to play for blood?
I'm your huckleberry. That's just my game.
Okay, let's see if this works.
And yet, all this time, he's still not ready.
I
got a quick.
In this whole time, Woopah, the Cubs will win another World Series.
I won't take that long. I mean, calm down. I got another century before that happens, right?
Okay. I love smack talk with sports.
A football gnome.
Yes, that is a Baylor gnome. I'm here. So I got some stuff. This is the only things that I have that are valuable, I think, are, let's see. I can't tell. So I got all my, I'm sorry, this is not,
a little up, and then, I see the blue. Okay, the blue version.
Inverted. Blue.
Up, down, left, right, BA
gold
star.
and silver.
Ooh.
Twirl around now.
The only valuable things I have. I don't know if you can hear me very well. I'm standing up.
We can still hear you, brother.
I have these two.
Nice. Game Boy Advance.
Sapphire and Ruby. Nice.
Yeah, I don't have Emerald. I used to have all the Gen 2, gold, silver, and crystal. I lost my copy of crystal, which is frustrating because I think that is probably the rarest one, which is slightly upsetting. But the Game Boy Color cartridges have gone down in price actually because of the 3DS when they came out with the Virtual Console. There were actually ways to get it without either emulating or just owning the physical discs. But with the Game Boy Advance cartridges, they are still pretty expensive because they never put those on the Virtual Console. And I was looking it up before to get an idea, but at least Emerald, I know Emerald's not the same as Ruby and Sapphire, but Emerald is still selling for upwards of looking like $250, I believe it was. The $250 for the cartridge, which is crazy for a game that's almost 20 years old now.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
That's my most expensive stuff. But I have it because I got them when I was growing up, not because I'm hoarding them. They are well loved. My two Ruby and Sapphire cartridges actually don't. Well, my Ruby doesn't even work. My Sapphire, they're both just low battery. The internal battery died in them. I got to fix them up. So I already fixed up my Game Boy Advance SP, which I can tell you it's harder to fit in my hands. It fit perfectly when I was like 8 playing it, but now it's a little small. But here I have some other things.
Okay.
Oh, what is that?
I don't know.
I'd say Bullwinkle, but
no, is Is that something to do with the Olympics or something?
Not
That Wally?
quite.
Not quite.
Wally World?
Okay.
Not quite. 1982 World Ski Championship in Oslo, Norway. They had this moose as a mascot for the Holmenkollen. And then, in fact, the TV show that they have for their sports recap, they had a giant animatronic moose. And I had to have one of these to take home back then. Of course, 82, I was still a kid, and he's still a prize in my possession. Those colors of Norway, ski jumping, it was grand old time when I was over to see the Olympics there. Not the Olympics, but the Holmenkollen.
Interesting.
So this is perfect because the other thing that I kind of collect are plushies. And I have one. He's not here in the chat, sadly, to see this, but I have a member of our community in. It's Punk Waddle. We got Punk Waddle.
Hey,
nice.
He's very festive. Maybe out of season, but
it's hiding his mohawk.
Yes, he had to. It's under the hat. Has to, keep up appearances and all that. And I've been getting some of these Pokemon plushies. I've been trying to find. This one isn't super rare, but it's my favorite one. This is Pikachu in an Eevee costume.
Nice. Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh, nice.
And it's funny if you can, if you take off, because you can take this off. I try not to too much because it stretches them out, but take off this little thing. His head looks very weird. It's very small.
Yeah.
Looks like he's being eaten.
Kind of. Oh no. Yeah. Here, let me put that back. I try not to stretch this out too much because I don't think it's meant for you to pull those out. But my younger siblings have already done it before, so it passed the point of no return.
Dang their hides.
But there's this new Pokemon store near me they get Pokemon, they got imports a lot. Because usually how it works is you have your European store, your Japanese store, and your US store. You can't buy things on the Japanese store, and there's a lot of exclusives on the Japanese store. And I've been going around buying some stuff from them, and I've got a little Meryl here. Well, he's not very little.
Nice.
Pretty big. But he's pretty
Nice.
He's got his tail right here. And I don't know when this was made. That's the thing. It seems like it was made a while ago, but I don't know. It's very cool.
So how many plushies do you have, man?
I think I have like 10, 15, somewhere around there.
It's pretty good.
Nice. I always loved it how Meryl had like Pikachu's tail, just like a big blue ball at the end.
Yep. It's Snorlax here.
He looks sleepy.
Yep. Supposed to be laying like this.
This is a real cool collection, Woopah.
Yeah.
Even has a little tag. You can see it says the Z's.
I was going to say, I see the Z's there, yeah.
And I have a combi. There's 3 little bees.
Huh.
The bottom guy is very happy.
I wonder why.
This I don't know why they've made the tag so big on this. It's like because this is not a big plush, but the tag is half the size.
That is weird.
Well, that's what you're paying for, Woopah, the tag.
The tag, that's what it is? Oh, okay.
What do those things run about? $20 or something, those plushies? Cheaper, maybe?
So the Combi was about $20.
Mm-hmm.
The Pikachu was also $20. The Snorlax, I believe, was $35, and the Meryl was $40. Those were, and I think most of that is because it's imports. I get them from a store that I think they buy them from Japan. I think they have a contact there or something. Buy them from Japan and ship them over to their store where they can sell them and they mark it up. I mean, it's more expensive, but also, they know that they don't. They're if you want this is the only place you can get it. Because I was gonna buy. They had something like the Pikachu with the Eevee costume. They had Here, I can actually try and find a picture. Sorry. Gotta just move my whole setup now. They have something I was trying to buy, but it was going to run me $400, and in the end, they didn't even have the full set. But they had an Eevee wearing a costume for all the evolutions. Yeah, I'm sure I have it saved somewhere. But yeah, it was, and they were 50 each. I'm like, oh my goodness, I cannot afford to drop 50 on this little guy, even if they're adorable.
I will have to second Nurporial though on the one. Woopah with that Eevee skin kind of has that, Silence the Lambs. It puts the lotion on the skin vibe to it.
All right,
It's not like that. It's a code. Everyone always says that.
I found that stuff, Mike, by the way.
Okay. Let me go ahead and highlight you, brother.
Okay, so getting the phone back on. So I was wrong. They are not like encyclopedias. These are Star Trek the magazine.
Oh yeah,
I actually have a few issues too.
1, 2. How many do I have? I have 7 issues. So this is the first one. I'm trying to. Sorry, I don't get lens flare. So that's like the first one, and then when you open this up, it's not like cheap. Like it's good, like high quality stuff. Like let me pick one from here. Like this from the first one. Like the transporters, everything. So that's one.
When you're holding those particular magazines, they have some nice weight to them.
Oh yeah. This is I got about probably 8 pounds probably right here in my lap. Here's another one.
I have that one.
And then pull out this one.
Very nice.
So I'll just put it on my lap. And this is probably my favorite cover here. I mean,
yeah, the motion picture, Kirk and Spock.
Yep. That's issue. It doesn't say which issue number it is on here, but the funny thing is, I have dates ranging from late 99 up until, let's see, that's December 01. Oh, sorry, no. August of 99 to, and again, a family friend found these at a garage sale, got them for all of them for less than $10 total, and said, "Hey man, I know you love Star Trek. Here you go."
That's like, a great find. See, it just goes to show you can go to a garage sale or even a swap meet, and you can find all sorts of great things.
Oh yeah, and that's the last one.
The other thing people sometimes also forget. Wait, is my mic muted?
No, you're up.
I can hear you, brother.
The other thing, if you guys haven't done it yet, it's not just garage sales. Go to your local Salvation Armies or Value Villages, or people really go drop stuff off and gets resold. You can find like figures in those bags of toys for kids that you won't find anywhere else.
Yeah, you heard about the woman who found that ancient Roman bust at a Goodwill, right? Yeah, even going to Goodwill, who knows what you could find even there. Unfortunately I work Saturday mornings, every Saturday morning, so going to garage sales is hard, but eventually I want to start going to them again just to see what diamonds in the rough you can find. So that was the last thing then. That's like, I don't obviously I've been holding on to them. I don't even know what they're worth, but those got a special place to me because those you can't find anymore. They don't make them anymore, and it's just like a unique piece of Star Trek history. The Star Trek the magazine. So that's those have got a special place to me.
Because the thing about it, when they started publishing that version of the Star Trek magazine, they had another official Star Trek magazine that they published for a while. Then they discontinued it because they were bringing out the newer version.
Right. Yeah, it's and I love it how every every one has a special like ship breakdown, like Voyager, the NC-701 refit, the Defiant. Let's see here, the Enterprise. What is that? The D. They have like the technical breakdowns of multiple ships. Like it's a special thing for every issue. Is that this one ship? So cool. It's just so cool when you hold them. The days of good old Trek.
Yes. And yes, remember the TV Guide issues?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
God, I
Star
was
Trek
seeing
was in
those
its heyday.
in the grocery store when I was a kid.
What I hate about these is when my mom, I mean, I don't hate them. I'm glad my mom got these back in the late 90s, but they all say Staten Island Cable Edition on the top left corner, and I don't know if that makes them rarer or less valuable. You know, I don't know if that changes anything.
Sorry.
I don't think it would do
All right, brother.
anything. I don't think it would do anything to them. I mean, if anything, it would make them rarer because that means that those were the Staten Island edition. So
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. There's like
I agree. Yep.
a smaller circulation. Yep.
They still have value due to the fact that there are people out there that do collect just TV guides, and those things pretty much aren't existing as much anymore. Especially going back in the day, if they are a collector's set, it's like when you're trying to get the collector set up, say, Burger King Star Wars glasses or Taco Bell this or something like that. I still have, you remember when, I don't know if Hostess, you guys remember this, the bags of chips, they used to have the sealed small baseball cards in them.
Mm-hmm.
I still have Nolan Riley, Joe Carter, and they're still sealed in that plastic.
Keep them sealed.
Yeah, I have a World Series ticket too from the Blue Jays and the Oakland Athletics, the final series, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like, like I told Pacific, I might have even said this on the last collector stream, but when you could like eat so many boxes of certain brand of cereal and you collect all the UPCs, they had one of them for a special glow in the dark Disney lanyard where it had the Mickey head and they all glowed in the dark. And this is when we first started going to Disney way back in the day. We put down so many boxes of cereal because you had a limited time frame to eat the boxes of cereal, collect the UPCs, and send them in. And we all did it. Me and my brothers, we all did it. So we're so proud. We got these unique, one-of-a-kind collectors things. Like, again, those were the good old days of collector stuff, man. Stuff that you'll never see ever again.
All right, you're gonna make me do it then, aren't you?
That must be that Galoob one that they came out with the Next Generation. That was a really nice model.
Yeah, this is one of the coolest I've ever. When I had it, I always liked this one when I was younger.
Yeah, because isn't that diecast?
Yeah, it is.
I had one of those. Yeah, it comes apart. It's really cool.
It's a good size one.
I always wanted one of those.
I don't know why I never got one, but that is just a nice.
Yep.
Very nice.
Now pretend like Troy's flying it.
And I understand.
I don't want to kill Jordy.
And I understand why people collect those Funko pop toys, but I was like, I don't want to go down that road because I probably would get addicted like a lot of other people.
I just don't like. Funko Pops are dead to me.
Go ahead, Steven.
No, I'm not going to retort that. That's just thank you so much.
Okay.
I think I got enough here for a quick round two, but I wanted to show you were mentioning your sports stream coming up.
Mm-hmm.
They're not major league, but this is something I'm a little proud of. Because these were two of my uncles that they only made it to minor league, but it's still pretty cool to have that kind of stuff, But okay,
yeah, it is.
But we were talking about Funko. I don't actually collect Funko, but I wanted to address that. I do have a couple pieces. Again, kind of being the guy, and you're gonna have to deal with me here for a couple minutes because A lot of this stuff has been gifted to me, and it's on the newer side of the Star Wars time stream. So, but I do have this, which I think is kind of cool and fun. You know,
Nice.
like I said, I don't really collect Funko, but when your family's giving it to you, oh, thanks, yeah, I'll take it. You know, and then I have this is really the only one I went out of my way to get because he was a little bit different. Because he's a lot larger than your normal Funko and your little bobblehead.
Those are I think around the 12-inch marks. I think that's
10 or 12 inch. I think they are, but they're definitely larger. But what I collected before Funko Pop came out, they had Mighty Mugs, and that's what I collected, and that's what these were.
Yep, I have the Baroness.
Oh yeah,
those are cool.
I saw those in
And
stores as a kid.
you know,
I remember, yeah.
To me, I called these like Powerpuff Star Wars because they have the basic animation, same kind of feet and arms, and this is what drove me nuts. I collected these like crazy because you actually have I have Darth Vader here without the helmet, so that you can do, you know, some would have little things like that. And then, you know, and I probably have 30 or 40 of these things. And they're all basically the same. You know, they don't have any head features other than Yoda. Yoda had his ears. And then they had things. Each one more or less had an accessory that came with it. So, here was Darth Vader's helmet. So if you actually wanted him to look like Darth Vader, you kind of did that.
I'm gonna break your world right now. They actually have Mighty Mugs coming back out, but they're in miniature format that you press down the head and they swap the different facial features.
Yeah, I saw that, and
Nice.
they have hair on top of them, so they do look a little bit different.
I have the Ghost Rider one somewhere. I have the Baroness from G.I. Joe somewhere, and I think I have the Luke Skywalker somewhere with the lightsaber.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I had it, but I have the Empire Strikes Back Luke Skywalker. His hand pops off. But then I have, you know, of course, everybody has Pez dispensers over the years. And again, these were all
Those are
gifts
cool though. Yeah.
that my parent, and these ones are kind of cool because they actually would come in the tins. You know, they're metal tins, so they're kind of nice. And then I have, you know, we got all the basics. You know, the ones from way back in the little plastic containers here. I've got tons of these. There's a little Yoda. And then I have some of these, like the vinyl lunch boxes that came out.
Oh, wow.
So these were really neat because I got to open them up and see what's inside. So this one, couldn't find a date on it. But does anybody, I got cheat codes.
Oh my god.
Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy Advance. So that would have been the.
That's a collector's item right there.
Yeah, that's a mid 2000s item, I think.
So
wow.
I have a lot of those. You know, I've been collecting the Pez dispensers for a long time. Here's a little Boba Fett.
There's a problem here, though. You have all these Pez's, so you don't need that black lion. I'll take the black lion. That's
I
will gladly appropriate it.
I have all these. The only thing I'm glad I got these,
Ultron.
but they're not the metal ones. They're the Recreate Classic. But I had to. This is something I always had to have when I was a kid, and I'll tell you, this plastic does not hold up. I've already had things breaking on it.
Don't show a lot of the Star Wars stuff to X-Wing. He'll be jealous.
And then again on the Pez dispenser, I got this recently. I thought this was pretty cool. A gigantic. This one actually spits out whole packets of Pez.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
I want it.
I have that, dude. Is that the one that lights up too and talks?
This or the Pez dispenser?
The Pez dispenser, because I have.
No, mine's just plastic.
Listen. I have the chrome Darth Vader one.
Oh, mine doesn't talk.
You have to lift the head up.
Dude, that is so cool.
Shut up.
And the eyes light up too. Yeah, that's the one I have. Yeah.
Where do you put the batteries?
Right at the back of the head, you should see a screw port at the back of the helmet. So yeah, you don't have the one that has the talking one.
No,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay, well, okay, my press dispenser doesn't make noise, but I do have this.
that's cool.
Oh,
That is
nice.
It's kind of cool. They've got the motion activated.
That's cool.
I like it, man.
My mom got me this one, and then I also have the C-3PO. And these are master replicas. These are probably the only master replicas that I have, even as a Star Wars collector. Stuff like, she probably got it on sale somewhere for a decent price, because stuff like that's just a little far out of my price range. Then I found these in the box too. Star Wars playing card deck.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Has some kind of old school stuff there. And then my other got a Rex vinyl lunchbox.
Oh, sweet. Like
And
that.
this had another little game in it. These were little like paper ships.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, there was a whole game
yeah.
of that, I think. I remember buying that at the
And
celebration.
you can see on the platform there's like hit points and things like that.
I got several of those, yeah.
Yep.
So I have this whole thing here, and this is basically what they start out as, you know, and then you kind of build them yourself. So that's really cool stuff as being an old Star Wars nerd. Having just these little things is fun. You know, it's real neat.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I missed out on was the. Oh, dude, put the Babylon 5 thing away. Stop being a dick. Come on.
I was reading.
Yeah, okay, you're reading. May I? I'm just kidding, dude.
I like Londo.
No, go ahead, Steven. Go ahead, man.
This is actually the British one that they had. £3 25p.
We actually had Lita on twice on the channel. We were doing our Babylon 5 stuff.
Yeah, I'd seen that video. I haven't watched it yet.
There's two of them. Can I share this quickly? Because I found some of you guys probably, if you were trading cards back in the day.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah.
All right. So we're going to go through Cara Dune. There's the figures. And then we got, there you go. This is other stuff I have hiding somewhere. So that is actual Astro Boy. That is actual the Avengers Risk Communicators.
Nice.
Oh, you have that zombie Flash.
Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. But that's the
I have zombie characters of Star Wars like that. It's like, oh, that's neat.
Actually, what I did with some of the figures was do this and put an LED strip into the box so it didn't ruin the box, but you can have
Makes
it.
sense. Yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
I like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And yes, there was a Power Rangers dude, and I do have,
Yeah, you got quite a collection.
Oh, man.
So,
but now we're going down. Yeah,
Down the rabbit hole.
Pretty much, but I wanted to get down to. Yeah, I used to do a lot of the Instagram. So this is when I was still collecting comics, right? So you can see a pop with the comics. Usually that's what I was doing. You can tell where I stopped. I got all the sketch ones.
very cool.
I was talking about. Keep going down. I still have these somewhere too. If you guys remember the.
Those are for the.
Gosh, wow, yeah.
Garbage Pail Kids.
Yes.
And the famous couples with Jean and Grey, which Cyclops literally looks like he's never having an orgasm. He's just screaming about it. But then I'm sorry, I have a lot. This is where my Instagram.
Oh, this is great, man.
More of the merrier.
This is great collection, man.
You guys definitely have a bigger collection than I do of this stuff. Well, that's cool. Yeah, from Fallout.
He lives in a museum.
He does.
I actually have that Optimus Prime that you were just showing. Yeah, I actually have that one.
Do you have any like sets of the old Marvel cards from like the 90s or anything, Steven?
Actually, that's where I'm getting to.
Cool.
There's the Baroness.
That's pretty cool.
And as we keep going down, these are first gen Star Wars pops. Like you won't find these anymore. The blue box is the giver that these are the first releases. Oh my god, keep going down. Oh my god. There's the Vision signed by Ron Robin, who did the voice actor for Dr. Bad Vibes as well.
Okay.
And you get little figures. The Thor headphones are still somewhere. And now we're getting to, if people remember, the old DC cards.
Nice.
Yes.
And the Marvel cards.
Yes.
That's bringing back some memories.
Go to the even gaming conventions. You go to like the flea market area or whatever, and the dealer's table, and you'd buy those cards. Yeah, you buy a whole set.
I found a whole box.
Very nice. Did you ever, Steven, get into buying Magic cards at all? Magic the Gathering?
I have a first edition Black Lotus somewhere. I just can't find it.
Nice.
Yeah, I was heavy, and you can see.
Wow, dude.
That's the Pez dispenser I was talking about right there. I guess there was two different chrome variants. That's the one the eyes will light up red when you open the head, and it'll start speaking to the speaker. You can see in the mouth part right there.
Sweet.
Yeah, I got two of these off eBay for $45 each. I sold them for $800 each.
Nice.
I do have a question for you, brother.
Yeah.
What started your whole collecting?
What do you mean?
You know, what was the one thing that started everything for you?
I really don't know. All I know is I think I was going into I was at the mall one day and I had a comic book shop, and from there I started looking at Funko, and then I started doing research about Funko. I got in the Facebook groups, and next thing you know, I'm collecting. I'm doing runs down to cons, and then I'm picking up comics again. Yeah. So, yeah. And from there, this is like pre 400 collection. Okay, so like, hey, that's not that lot. There's the Palpatine I also have. There's the Hoth Luke. From the Mighty Mugs, that's the Pez. They don't make 9-inch Chase Batmans no more, so this is a rare thing as well, but I got rid of that. The horror stuff is all gone. Yeah, I was all over. And I think also it was like going to the Dollarama, which is our dollar store up here, and you would go to this toy section and you would find, like I showed, like the Iron Man stuff. Yep. Or the Spider-Man toys, and they would be on sale for $3. And I'm like, all right, and I keep going, and then you find another one of those trays. You're like, I just need another mystery figure. I just need another. And it doesn't stop.
You can quit whenever you want. You just don't want to.
Oh no, I stopped when comics started going to crap.
I can understand that. Yeah,
I haven't bought a comic book since actually. So it's been. That's where I got started with some of the Hot Wheels for Batman, and all that stuff. I don't open any of the toys really.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, when I started
Superman right there.
Yep. When I started collecting, I would open up every single collectible figure there was, and then I got to a point where I was keeping them everything in box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just have a lot of mine in box because I have no place to put it otherwise.
Yeah, I know, right? That's how I have like a whole bag of like Amiibos, Baron, and it's just they're all just in the boxes. Maybe sometime I'll display them. I don't know, but
I mean, I got boxes full of boxes of Star Wars and Star Trek action figures that not opened, and it's like, oh, I'd love to take them all out, but
I said I wouldn't really buy any Funko toys, but maybe I'll get a few sometime.
Oh, if you need any, let me know. You can take off my collection. I could use the funds.
Okay. As long as the price is reasonable, dude.
Oh, I secondary market that shit, bro. That's not, you know, yeah.
I have an answer for Pacific too. He asked what started your collections, and I know the exact thing that started me collecting, so I ran inside to grab it.
Okay.
It's not anything special, but this was sitting on a shelf, and I was in art classes in seventh grade,
Shit.
and I was like, oh, that looks like a really cool picture to draw. But then I read it, and that was the problem. If you know Cable, and obviously anybody who knows X-Men knows who's on the cover there, that was definitely the starting point for me, because I read it, and then it was like, okay, I need to know what's going on. So you start your back issue search, and then your collection turns into just handfuls and handfuls and handfuls of just...
Whoa.
And then you get stuff like this because you're collecting at the time. So, hey, that's cool. I'll buy that too. Those aren't normal variants, but I've got a lot of this. This was when DC and Marvel actually got together and they made Amalgam. This one's actually probably one of the best covers I've ever seen. Wolverine and Batman. So these were kind of special things. That's an obvious crossover right there. You know, but these are stuff like this is just stuff you didn't even know about unless you were collecting at the time. And when I started reading those darn comic books, it just, anybody who's ever read comics knows, it just takes over.
And is that Trypticon in your table?
Pardon?
Is that Trypticon?
This is actually another one of the things I collected called Zoids.
I've heard of
these are from way back. They've gone under. RoboStrux has also been a name they've gone under. And this is one of the larger pieces that I have. It's kind of Godzilla-esque. You know, again, large mechs. Kids love large mechs.
Yeah.
You know?
Heck yeah. I always wanted a Liger Zero.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't gotten the box out yet.
The Trypticon was a lot larger because it would transform into the Decepticon space, like Optimus and the Optimus had Metroflex 1. We also have the rocket with the train tracks around it too.
But these were something I enjoyed as a kid because you built them. It came as a kit.
Mm-hmm.
And it moves. Like, there's a battery port in here. If I put this all in, it still works. And he'll walk across the table. And stuff like this, when I was in elementary school, these were amazing toys. Now they make everything that moves. But to get to build a model and then kind of get to play with it, that was not something many things offered. Still really don't. I mean,
very true.
Everybody that's walked around those new stores and you see that 48-foot tall Batman, and it's like, God, why couldn't I have had that when I was a kid? That's some cool stuff. But I do have, the collection stretches. I found some ceramic Dragon Ball Z bobbleheads.
Nice.
So that was something that I thought was kind of cool. Dragon Ball Z was running at the time in the 90s, so I was like, oh, I like those. Those are pretty neat. So
who makes them? Can I under the box?
These are that
classic collectibles, classic clickers. Wow.
This was
the Funimation. Okay.
This was something I found just at Walmart. Those were definitely not like comic store finds. And then I have a lot of these. We were talking about the diecast stuff before, and again in the 90s, I was reading X-Men, and they had the little figures diecast. So I've got the whole collection of these.
Okay, wait a minute. How does it go from those awesome-looking things to goddamn Gary Busey Aunt May? It's the same company.
Well, I'll tell you, we had toys like this, and then we had toys like this. I don't know what to say.
Right.
Yeah, had no experience.
I don't know what to tell you, man. You know, I could pull out my really cool 12-inch or 10-inch She-Hulk and Polaris that sold for like $1.99 at KB Toys.
You should have stopped. You should have just stopped at. I'll pull out my 10-inch and see what happens.
I mean, that was a time they were just starting to pump out what I would say is decent enough merchandise, and I wanted to buy more. You know, up until that point, like I honestly, I love the original Star Wars figures.
All right,
love them. But the new ones, when they came out during the prequel era, I enjoyed those too. It took me back to my childhood, and those ones were much more playable figures. You know, anything except the only thing back in the day really that had articulation was G.I. Joe, and that's what set G.I. Joe apart.
Hey, before you get on, I think I'm gonna head out. I've got some. That's why I posted that picture of food. I've got some fried chicken that's calling to me. I gotta go.
All right, brother.
Yeah,
if we're still on after you're done eating, hop back on.
Yeah, for sure. It was great getting to talk about some of my stuff and getting to hear everyone talk about their stuff. So I had a good time.
The turtle figure is awesome.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about this.
So cool.
Thank you very much, Woopah. Really appreciate it, brother.
Have a good
Take care, Woopah.
So the other day, as I'm looking for articles to talk about for the Wednesday edition of Pop Talk and also the video for tomorrow's Pop Talk in place of the live morning edition, I came across this article from Superhero Hype, and Lego is coming out with a fully transformable Optimus Prime Lego.
Jeez.
And how much is it going to cost?
Yes,
$169.99.
I'd rather eat my own ass.
Yeah.
That's just cheaper than I thought it was going to be.
Still, it's a lot of money. I mean, I love Optimus Prime. I love Transformers, but
that's a lot.
I'm not paying $170 for a transformable Lego Optimus Prime.
Wow.
Way too much.
Yeah.
The only thing good about that impresses me is it's supposed to be able to transform without taking anything apart.
Yeah,
but it's still not worth the money.
Not
from my perspective.
No.
Yeah, because Hasbro even tried their own version of Legos called Creo, and the thing with those is that you could put it together to be the robot, but you had to take it apart for it to be in its alt mode.
Did they do the model kits with those too? Like, because I think I do, because I have like a bunch of sealed ones of He-Man and Spock and Terminator and RoboCop and all that stuff I haven't even opened yet.
I think they do, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
Lego's not still doing their nonsense anymore, are they? Censoring things or doing stuff? I think that finally ended a few years ago, right? Because they were doing some stuff like they didn't want to bring out some sets. I remember for kids a few years ago. They took them away. Yeah, I hope those are back.
Slave One sets? I mean,
no,
Slave One sets?
No. It was if I remember at the time, it was a pretty cool police set that kids liked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, during the
yeah, 2 years ago, I think it was, where because of everything that was going on, and they were one of the companies that said, "Oh, we're not going to sell any more police sets, paramedic or fire sets."
Yep.
It's like, yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense.
Oh yeah, yes.
I would like to address the Lego Optimus Prime from a buying perspective.
Okay.
I've had to do this over the last couple of weeks, but this is what's happened.
Why do you sound so angry?
He does. He does.
He's like, I had something to say. Angrily was slamming boxes.
Stop already. Come on.
You don't have to stop. Just ship me those ones.
This I can't keep up. I mean, how much money do they think we have? There's still this many sitting on a shelf that I would go out and buy right now if I could. And then there's all these that they keep introducing. It's like I can't. Okay, all this that I just showed you or that one.
Well, technically, you can get those you can get right, and then you go on places like Wish or AliExpress and you get the LED kits, and then you make it a light up Lego model.
I do want to do the Lego kits. I got the Razor Crest, and I saw the Lego kit for that, and I was like, oh, I might have to start doing that for everything.
I want the Carnage actual head statue with the lighting that you can get off Wish. Yeah, those are badass.
Yeah, and the helmets. That's something that, as an overall collector, I like these. I even liked the Iron Man and the Spider-Man and the Carnage ones and the Venom. They all looked really good. I like the old Batman cowl and the new one. Those are all pieces that I want to get. And I'm still kind of more a Star Wars collector than these other things, but these are pieces I want. They finally came out with something I got excited about.
So
I can't keep up on just a pastime. Like, to keep up the way I'd want to, it'd be like, okay, we need to start putting aside the slush fund.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure you guys are curious to know what I have in my collection.
No.
Not really.
A little bit.
All right. Okay. All right.
All right.
Let's
see your box of condoms. Let's go.
You're just a host, otherwise you're not important.
Don't give me that evil eye. We all know you have a box of condoms, don't we?
All right, let me find it. Let me find it. I got a clip I'm gonna play for that. Just for that.
Oh, a clip.
Like a bantha. Yes.
Oh, okay. Wait. You gonna do like a bantha, really?
I can't compete with you, Steven. I already know that. I can't compete with you.
No. Here you go. I got one just to help you out. I'll even send it to you later.
All right.
Yes.
Oh.
I love that one.
Then we got X-Wing twerking, and it all went to shit.
I actually saw that stream. I'm all, dude, what the hell?
Yeah, I was in bed, and I actually woke up just to troll.
All
right.
So, one of the first things I have in my collection, you can see the first edition of the Star Trek Encyclopedia.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, it has been used.
If you don't use it, you lose it.
I'm just afraid how
That's what it's
used.
And because I like to keep things updated, at least for the time it was updated, I went and got what was then the new edition.
That was a nice one.
Yeah. All right. And you already saw my next generation technical manual.
Mm-hmm.
But I also have the DS9 technical manual.
One.
Now, this book is special to me because it was given to me by my late mother, and it's one of the first Star Trek books I ever had in my collection.
Masks.
Yes. And then, of course, some Game Boy games.
Of course, a wrestling game.
Oh, yeah.
Is that actually a good one, though?
It's okay, as 8-bit wrestling games go. And of course, not too long ago, I did stream this on the channel.
Yep. Quality game.
And then, of course, I do have more NES games than this one, but
And of course,
Nice.
Teenage Mutant Ninja.
Yeah, that collection better work, Mike.
yeah,
that we're excited
it
about.
better.
It's not. Yes.
Then, of course, get into a few of my other Star Trek books because we recently covered Best of Both Worlds on Tuesday Night Trek. This is actually New Frontiers. This is the first book in that series. Yeah.
By Peter David.
Very cool.
And brought back Shelby as a character in the series.
Then, of course, I have the novel of Caretaker. And
good condition for sure, dude.
I try to take care of my books.
Yeah.
And of course, these are just two of my Star Wars books.
Awesome.
One more after this.
Oh, yep.
The Art of Star Trek. That's got to be a fun one.
Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, I don't know if I'd be able to find it quick enough. But there was actually the sketch of what the Enterprise was going to look like in the motion picture before they went with the refit design.
Ooh.
That
Oh,
we
the
actually
Macquarie?
see. Yeah. And then, of course, I have this.
Sweet.
The continuing.
Nice.
And I don't have them with me, but I have several of the articulated Ninja Turtle figures that came out by Playmates, where they had several points of articulation and several Transformers Masterpiece figures. And
I'm jealous of the Masterpiece. Those things are like an investment. This is
the last one I was able to get before they got even higher in price was Ultra Magnus.
Nice. But this is what I was talking about with the you can get with the remote. But they have all different LED kits for all of the Lego statues, as well as like the Hulkbuster or anything else. You can buy these. It teaches you how to put them in when you're building, and you can have your own upgrade version. And
I like that.
They're pretty phenomenal. There's I think they even have one for the Hulkbuster. The Star Trek book's good, but I'm saying, well, I will say though, is once you're done with the older one, send it to Kurtzman so he can learn Trek.
He needs to. I mean, I'll be honest. It was myself and a friend known as Chaos. Patriot knows him. And we used to use my encyclopedia to reference different things when we're writing our own Star Trek fanfic, so we would get it right.
Nice.
And then, of course, you would see the chronology and a few other Star Trek reference books, so we would reference those because we didn't want to do anything that was outside of Star Trek's boundaries. We were respecting what came in.
Right. No, but that's how it should be, though.
Trust me. I just
not having.
watching.
Oh, by the way,
ahead,
did you
Steven.
all know that Wesley Crusher is a traveler?
I already knew that, and after watching Picard in a day, you know how hard it was. I started going off on Twitter because the first episode, within the first 10 minutes, with that green fissure, I'm like, y'all don't even need to ask for peace. Y'all could have just invaded. You have this new transwarp technology. You all could just capture all their ships. It's already over. Federation would have been invaded by what? And I drinking.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I watched.
I didn't watch
an
any
episode-
Picard.
I watched one episode with Crit, Mike, and it was like, well, this is somewhat decent. And then the next day, did you see what they did? I says, are you surprised?
Q slaps Picard. Q would never hit Mine's gone. The guy just keeps the blood. The card keeps the blood. Like just it's just sitting there. This big gob of paint is just sitting there. And this old man, like he's old. And he's a robot. Where's the blood coming from? He's the oil.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, again, this is where I say Cisco is better than Picard, because lest we forget, Cisco decked Picard, and then let's say there was round 2. Okay, Cisco would have caught the punch and just uppercutted him. I mean, this is the Cisco we're talking about.
Yeah, okay, Cisco was very bold, and especially in the first episode where you're seeing the flashbacks of Wolf 359 and loss of his wife, Jennifer. The problem is, Picard wouldn't overreact, for one thing, because he's still being tortured by the events of Wolf 359, him being Locutus, and all he knows what he did. Those memories never left. So I do appreciate both sides of the value. Same time, Picard is a badass, but you're looking at Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra, and he's going against a transphasic beast. So technically, they're best in their own way. Sorry, I'm a dork.
No, that's a fair point. I mean,
Steven, you don't have to apologize here. Comic can tell you.
Seriously.
We talk about Star Trek all the time on this channel.
Oh, yeah. We got our disagreements, trust me.
But,
my dad had the animated, I think it was like, you remember the novels? They would look like the animated covers. I think he has them somewhere. Yeah.
But, Patriot, since you brought up Kurtzman Trek, all I gotta say is this.
He said, "Today is a good day to die."
You know, the one that did bother me with DS9 is the way they made Galron from TNG go so fantastic into a world of... He turned into Biden of the Klingons. I'm sorry.
He did.
He's looking for the blood wine, and there's none behind him, and he's all... Oh, my God. But Martok. Martok, you'll never get another Martok.
No.
You will not get that type of acting ever again.
J.G. Hertzler as Martok. Nah.
Yeah.
I mean, why he's still doing the whole Anaxar thing is beyond me. He's still a part of that.
Oh, my
cast.
God.
Yeah, because I saw a teaser thing, and he's still a part of it.
That is an excellent.
I did see the Mexican Iron Man figure that Andy Masterson made for him.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
That's cool.
With rabbit chickens.
See that.
Darth Poppy with rabbit chickens who defeated Master Paul in the lightsaber duel just 2 short weeks ago.
Yes. He did. Absolutely.
What do you have there, DJRonnieG?
Oh, I was just kind of passing by in the background. And this is the illustrated guide to the Star Wars illustrated universe. And, you got some concept art of Endor. And this is like really fresh. Like what happened was when my brother moved out years ago, he left a bunch of crap behind, and I'm gonna keep it. I'm not really gonna keep it, but
I'm gonna steal it.
He's like, basically like, he didn't get a storage unit, and he left me all of the crappy stuff and the cool stuff. Like, how many freaking albums of music I don't listen to I got? But this stuff is cool. You got like these books. Look, if he ever wants it back, he can have it, but otherwise I'll take damn good care of it, And I'm sure many people have seen this concept art of the Millennium Falcon before, but it still looks kind of cool. And other than that, I have my own DS9 technical manual, but this stuff here, you guys referenced the Essential Guide to Weapons and Technology. I think this one's Weapons and Tech, and this one is Vehicles and Vessels. So, and these are pretty untouched. Like, I'm going to probably have to wipe my fingerprints off these later and then put them back where I found them. They were in a Ziploc bag. So, that's basically what I was playing with just now.
I have a question, though. Are any of those books you just showed us canon anymore?
That's a great question.
No, they're not.
Well, realistically, like, something like this is pretty canonical looking, but if you have something that was in the expanded universe, like the Sun Crusher, that Star Blower upper weapon that is not Star Killer base, there we go, got it right here. Yeah, so this wouldn't be considered canon, would it?
That's the one Han and Chewie stole, right? And when they invaded the Outer Rim Imperial base, right?
I'm not sure.
That was in, I think, one of the Yuuzhan Vong
Well, that's
books. I read that one.
that's considered EU.
No, that's
that
Jedi,
was
Jedi Academy trilogy.
That was Jedi Academy trilogy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kip ends up with it. The guy that there's a person, Chewie and Han end up in the spice mines, and they find a kid in there, and they escape with him, and he ends up being force sensitive. So they take him to Luke, and this particular student ends up being possessed by like a Sith, a past entity, and he ends up stealing this ship.
Okay,
but
so
they're all involved. They are all involved in that. Han and Chewie. I almost want to say Mara Jade's in that storyline too.
She is, and
Very briefly.
that's when Luke is actually traveling to different planets. That's one thing my parents never did. Is when they bought me a Star Wars book, they never bought the book from the next was read. They bought different series. So that's where I got messed up, because I do remember Han and Chewie stealing that stuff, because it was the whole base was outside a black hole, I believe, or a black pulsar.
Yeah, it was part of the it was part of the mall complex where the Kessel was.
Thank you.
And as for the answer, no, none of that stuff is quote unquote. What is canon? It's EU canon. I mean, I still consider it canon in its own universe.
I was just making a joke. I'm sorry.
You should be. Shame on you.
So so that answers that.
But you know, when Kathleen Kennedy said they had nothing to go on, come on, folks, look at all that.
Yeah,
she actually said that. Of course, she did.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
She said the reason why things were not going as well they were is they had nothing to go on. We're
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
That's like saying we have to go in this direction with Star Trek because there's nothing to go on.
Kurtzman did say that.
If only they had like a book full of ships, detailing ships that they could, draw upon. If only they could like look at vehicles or something and put those vehicles in their new show. A Hut Caravella? Okay, so that's where Jabba's fat ass goes in. Oh wait, I don't know. I can't really tell. I don't. Looks kind of like that sail barge, but fancier.
No, that's his toilet.
Smoother, not fancier. It looks a little cramped.
All right, if you're a Star Wars fan, I still have 2 sealed vintage Celebration figures of the Bounty Hunters.
Ooh.
Nice. Very cool.
Yep.
I think that would create a gravity well to prevent jumps to hyperspace. Did they depict that one in one of the what do you call it, Clone Wars series or something?
Rebels. They put in Rebels.
Rebels, okay. So that's where I remember seeing a scene of that. And then some stuff I don't remember. I don't know if they have the ship from Rebel Assault 2. If you remember Rebel Assault 2, they had that weird TIE fighter with the, cloaking device. I doubt that's canon, but, that was still an interesting side story.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think this is one of those monks. No, wait, this is not a monk. This is an MT-AT. Okay, never mind. Mix up there. This looks like those guys.
That was also from the Jedi Academy trilogy. There was a special walker that was made to climb up the side of mountains.
Ah, interesting.
I thought it was a Forlone. It looked like an IG-88 bot, to be honest.
Then we got a clothing iron.
Hey, Mike, I'm going to dip out.
Okay.
Treat.
So, thanks for having me on.
Nice
Not a problem, brother.
Y'all.
Always nice to have you on the channel, brother.
Talk to you soon, man.
So yeah.
Here you go.
So yeah, I found that all very interesting. I'm glad this exists in here. If they had digital copies, I would go through those. But how that goes.
I like physical copy myself. But then you had the follow up with that.
Yeah. Remember it's ooh.
Nice. So that's a newer version?
Yep. And that has really nice drawings in there. And they also go into the Vong situation and in the episode 1 stuff, and I mean really nice artwork in those.
You have a message.
Indeed.
I don't know when the message is me.
Someone's vibrating. But remember what I was saying about going into a like Salvation Army and stuff like that? Yeah.
Yep.
And those are Kenner.
Wow.
Look at those beauties.
Hold on to those.
Yep. Especially with the new series coming out, and they're saying is one of those bounty hunters are coming back in or some shit.
At the comic book store that is closer to my house, there's my brother and I decided to get a Batman animated series glass. Those are pretty cool.
That's cool.
Well, I mean, even my local comic book store, $3 for that one.
Not bad.
$3 for Mara.
Why does she look sad?
So, you guys still have a comic
She's with me, that's why.
Okay. You guys still have a comic book store close to your house, right? Or apartment?
No,
or wherever
mine
you
shut
live?
down during COVID.
Mine's about 20 miles away.
Unfortunately, I had one. They were going to try to reopen, but because of things going on, they couldn't.
Yep.
It sucks.
I do still have comic book stores around me, and I live in a smaller town, and there's several in neighboring. Like if I drive 15 or 20 minutes in any direction, I'll run into a town that's still got a comic book store, which is nice. And they actually, I have 2 small Lego stores in town that are not Lego sponsored stores, so it's nice to see them doing very well too.
That's cool.
But there's been a lot that have closed, unfortunately, around here. So I mean,
that stinks. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it does.
Sadly. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I mean, the one that we had in my area, the guy did his homework when it came to making sure that he had a little bit of everything for everybody.
Yeah, the one that's still open and even was open during COVID, which I couldn't believe, has a lot of comics, of course, but it has some Funko, and then it has those glasses, of course, in the case, and then it has some cards, and it's still a good store, and knowledgeable person who runs it with his son or whatever. So, yeah,
that's good.
So my next question for everybody who's here right now and anybody who might watch this afterwards and wants to leave it in the comment section is, if there was anything you could have in your collection that you don't have right now, what would it be?
Oh, the auto transforming Optimus that talks and was voice activated and programmed.
Oh, that's a good
one.
one.
Yeah, I
Isn't
saw
that pretty cool, man? That
If I
toy
had
is
the
so
money,
neat.
I think if anything, I would probably want to have a bigger Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collection, because I only had a few turtles growing up. So
That's I
like
miss.
the
I would
Technodrome,
say,
that would have been cool. Yeah.
you know, it'd be cool. The Ninja Turtle blimp.
Yes, my friend had that. I remember in his house.
Yeah, that thing was cool. It even had like an inflatable balloon attachment.
yes, it did, because I had it, and there was a kid that lived in my neighborhood when I was leaving California. Of course, this was going to be 25 years now, and he just loved everything Ninja Turtles, so I let him have it.
Oh, nice.
Aw.
Oh wow! I saw the other day someone showed a box that's just covered with dust, and it was one of those Ninja Turtle blimps. And he sat back and said his parents got that for his birthday back at that time. They put it away and they forgot about it.
Gosh.
Until they went through some stuff and then they found it. So it's like, wow. New in the box.
Yeah.
Well, I'd have to say something that I don't have that I've always wanted. I don't actually have a Millennium Falcon anything.
Oh,
really?
I mean, I might have like a Pez dispenser or like I have a keychain, which is really cool, but I have, I might have a die cast or something of it. But Slave One and Millennium Falcon were two ships that I was never able to get when I was a child, and they were something that I wanted to get older. And I was able to get a couple Slave Ones and the Legos, but I've never. I have a little tiny. I have one of those $10 Millennium Falcon Lego sets, but I've never had a Millennium, like a big one of anything. And that's something that I'll probably end up getting something, a version of it somewhere at some point. But new stuff, because I'm collecting the Lego helmets, I want to get the TIE Pilot, because unfortunately it's already tripled in price from $60 when it got retired. And it's the one that's really, it is the only one that's skyrocketing like that. So I'm going to try and get one before it gets too far. And then I would really like a Cara Dune something, because I don't have anything, and I was stupid, and I was not making as much for my collecting at that time. So if I can find something of that, those are three things I'm actively looking for to add.
I might be able to help you with the Cara Dune one. There's some set you can get from the Mandalorian from
Don't
Disney.
you tease me, white
I'm
man.
serious, man.
I still have. Remember when Burger King released the Star Wars toys, like the Anakin and Obi-Wan squirt guns, and I have all those. I have almost all of those still.
That's cool.
I do have a lot of those McDonald's and Burger King, like the kids' meal toys. So I do have some Millennium Falcons, some small ones, but nothing as an adult I'm proud of for sure.
Nothing for the action figures you're talking about.
Yeah, even a Lego one. If I got a good sized Lego one, I'd be satisfied, because it's just always an expensive piece. They don't have them around nearly as much. And I don't know. I think I want an older one. I'd rather have a Han and Chewie, instead of the newer version. If I had to pick, this is probably something I won't end up being too picky over. But, being a collector stream, that's something I'll walk through the stores. It's like, oh, there's a comic book store right here. I'll check it out real quick. I'm always kind of, if there's something close, I'll stop in and have a peek. Like you guys were saying, Goodwill. If somebody's got a garage sale, hey, let me at least drive by and see what's there.
Right.
It always got my eye out for those type of things for sure.
I had a question for all you guys. Like, do you guys think it's worth it? I'm thinking of buying a few figures, like one of those statues, maybe like a Batman or a Wonder Woman or something. But do you guys think it's worth it to actually spend it, like, I don't know, up to like almost $200 for a nice figure?
No, I do. I go through Wish. If it arrives or doesn't arrive, I still get my money back. That's where I got some of Phoenix statues, my Gwenpool stuff, that Optimus. And you can get a Wonder Woman or a Batman thing there for like $28. It's
nice.
We don't want to spend the money and you just like the character. Wish is an option.
I can answer you from my perspective, because it's like I'll look at something like that and go, okay, I really like it, but do I like it more than these items I could get for the same price? There's just never been a $200 or $300 statue that I look at and I'm like, I have to have it, because I've tried not to stray into that collecting level.
Right. I understand.
Here you go. A specific here?
Yeah, I'm still here. I was just grabbing something because I was gonna say, well, I can't tell you no not to spend $200 on something cash when I spent that or more on replica belts.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Those are
See,
nice.
and I'm one of those fans. I'm kind of surprised. I might never own a really good lightsaber either, because it's like I don't know if I can dump that much cash, but I'd love to have one.
I would too.
8 inches, $30. Artifacts.
Oh wow, that's
been nice. Wonder Woman, yeah.
Oh, that is a good one.
The face is good on that too.
Mm-hmm.
And those statues and
And
things like that, I know a lot of people that do hot toys. And
Just
granted,
not the faces.
you're making it all kind of yourself, but they really like those, being able to kind of make it the way they want it to. But there's a lot of good poses now. I mean, and to be honest, if Todd McFarlane, his stuff it's just amazing. Every time I see it, I look at it and I'm like, God, I want to buy something so bad, but I don't collect any of that stuff.
I mean,
Ooh, I like that.
Look at all that detail just in the sculpt alone.
I know. That is cool.
There's a Spawn, yeah.
Wow.
I'm so glad that guy did so well. He really showed you what a good comic book guy can do.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just he made it all himself.
We
had one movie of Spawn. I don't know.
Yeah,
Do we
it wasn't
need
very
another?
good.
It wasn't that great at all. Except John Leguizamo, I remember, was good in it. It's probably the best thing about that film. But
Well, that was that they cast that guy that wasn't really in big movies either. He doesn't really have that kind of credential. He's in some big stuff, but when I remember him being cast, I was like, okay, because John Leguizamo was the biggest name in that movie.
And that was the one that everyone was saying did a great job in.
But after all these years, do you guys think we could use another Spawn movie?
Not with the way it is right now, no.
Yeah, wouldn't Image Comics or something do it? I don't know if there was going to be one. I know, but
well, Todd McFarlane just needs to be involved.
Right.
If he can get the company he wants and the directors he wants and the writers he wouldn't need too much. He's like, here's the storyboard, do this.
You got it.
There's some nice merchandise too. GameStop has some nice stuff too. I didn't expect that they would, but they've got some nice shirts, hats.
They do, yeah. I find a lot of
the Amiibos, yeah. There's some.
I find a lot of my fun stuff there. Yeah. That was also something I want to get. That it's like I don't collect the Funkos, but I thought they sell a Funko Bantha with the Mandalorian and Grogu riding on it, and I just want to get it because I think it's funny.
Grogu. Grogu.
Well, he's in his pocket.
Grogu.
Grogu. Yeah.
I know everybody's just gonna hate more and more on Grogu, but hey, I like him. He's cute.
I'm just disappointed.
How can you hate a baby? He's just a.
I was fine with Grogu in the Mandalorian Padawannabe, but when he showed up in Book of Boo Boo, I was it's too much.
Well, it's that whole they're not explaining enough again. Yeah. It's like you can't just get there. Please show us something. It's like because that's what it looks like to us. It's like, oh, is he just remembering all this? Like Luke said, that's all we have to go on. And yeah, it's just not enough information. So that's always the point I've held with what is happening with Star Trek and Disney. It's like, regardless of where you're taking us, you're not giving us story that we can even take credible. There's not enough time. There's not enough detail. There's not enough of what is this world involved. I could accept it if they give me more, and it's not just me making a big jump of faith, leap of faith kind of thing.
Speaking of Enterprises, I wish I had the die-cast version or the metal version of the original Enterprise to complement my Enterprise D.
That would be nice, man.
I've never been on this site, Wish. I'll have to go on it. A lot of nice stuff on here.
I've heard mixed things about it. I've never actually taken the risk of shopping on it.
Have you had a lot of luck on here, Steven?
Yeah, and if I don't get it, you just message them and they refund you pretty quick.
Yeah, they're pretty good about refunds. Okay. I mean, the worst case is like it takes weeks for something to arrive on occasion, but like if you get it, you're good, and if you don't get it, they really will refund it.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Oh, and I guess this would kind of go along with what that question was, if you were willing to spend that kind of money or not. See, that's why I really enjoyed what Lego did when they released their helmet series. Because for me to buy replica helmets, it doesn't make sense cost-wise, room-wise, or even aesthetically. It's like, I don't want these large, huge helmets. I don't necessarily want miniature ones. But when Lego came out with them, it made me think of it different, you know? And then that inspired that Lego lightsaber I showed earlier. And it's like, how come Lego doesn't make these things? I'd be all over that. You know, that's a market they've never dipped into, and they would make a killing on it. They always reintroduce the lightsabers every few years. But that, you know, I couldn't get the big stuff. But hey, there was something I ended up finding that I enjoyed that was still along the same kind of lines.
Yeah.
Not bad. Might be
Not
worth
bad
a
at
try.
all.
No.
This is you assemble it yourself, and this is actually Lego or building blocks. You're talking about building this lightsaber hilt. There you go.
Yeah, I've only seen them on companies. Like Lego doesn't actually. They only make a one half-sized one that they let out with the AT-AT for $800, and then these are all ones that companies created, and they sell instructions. We're gonna do another lightsaber build, and I'm gonna get the instructions for Qui-Gon's, and then I'm gonna build his, and then I'm gonna build another original one. Because we don't really know how they build them yet. We kind of just made it up. So we're real interested to start kind of dipping into this.
All right, name. Okay, wait. I know Old Man said this earlier.
Yeah, Toxic Avengers. They're gross, but they still get girls, right? Isn't that what the line was? Yeah,
Yeah, that was the line for the toy line.
You know, and I'll say, since we're doing this collector thing, something I wish I did have a few of that I didn't hold on to was, it would have been fun to have still had a deck of some Garbage Pail cards.
Yeah.
Oh, Garbage Pail, yeah.
Because those were just such a iconic thing in that era, you know? And it's like,
They were.
You almost can't even explain what they were to people, and they're like, kids like this? And it's like, oh, you had no idea how much kids like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had those.
I would go down to the liquor store down from my house just to pick up Garbage Pail Kid cards.
I mean, it was probably like our version of baseball cards, you know?
Yep.
So, do we need a Garbage Pail Kids movie?
Mm-hmm.
We already had one.
We already had one.
Yeah.
Wasn't there? Didn't one? Yeah.
Yeah, way back. I think it was what,
Gonna
late
have to see
80s,
that.
early 90s.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look for
They
that.
made one. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, there was a Garbage Pail movie. It was out there.
Cool,
Do
cool.
I see a
It's like
watch
early
party
90s.
stream coming up?
If I can find it, we'll have it on the Discord.
Yeah, a movie like that you're not sure about, you have to watch in a group, because then it's not quite so
Oh
bad.
my gosh! What is
The holiday special was great.
what the?
Oh my goodness. What?
What the?
Oh my goodness.
It's only $3. It's like under $4.
I'd buy that for $1.
So rich.
Steve, you just gave me an idea. That's the next clip I need to make.
Oh my gosh!
333 pieces.
Wow.
What are we looking at? Oh,
2,314 pieces. That really adds up.
yeah, I would love to get that. That thing's really cool, but that's a little far out of my reach. Even the large Lego sets that I have, the only reason I was able to get them is because I found them at they were like half off. So I was paying like $80 for almost $199 set.
You wanted a Millennium Falcon for like $80.
Yeah, I've seen that. I ordered one 10 months ago, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I keep telling my fiance, I'm like, we should probably cancel that order. And she's like, why? They already have the money. Let's just see what happens. I'm like, okay. Because, yeah, it's actually it's supposed to be the UCS Millennium Falcon. And I'm just waiting for it to be delivered. But it was coming out of China, unfortunately.
Yeah, well. How long did they say it was supposed to take?
Oh, they didn't. They didn't. It basically, and the tracking even shows like it's just waiting to be shipped out. Like everything's okay, and it's just waiting to be shipped out. So I don't know if that's legit or if it's just what they always say. And they try.
So what about a kid dressed as Baby Yoda? It's only $47.
No, I want to get the Bantha outfits for my dogs.
Bantha outfits for your dogs. Okay.
Yeah, they have like a Velcro jacket you can strap over them, but they look like Bantha.
Here you go. Here's something for your dog.
There we go.
Oh my gosh.
Like a Bantha.
I just thought that would be hilarious.
Like a Bantha. Yes.
All right, somebody in a franchise. Like what else is there?
Oh, that's super funny. I got the Bando on one too. Is that the Funko? Yep, that was it.
Oh, Ghostbusters car.
Probably like Gundam or something. Ghostbusters. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have bought that Lego set.
Mm-hmm.
And I really want to get the DeLorean when it comes out, but I don't know, man. Those are just $160 or more is just a lot of money to drop on a set for me.
Wow, that's not a bad price.
Yeah.
It's not.
22? That seems like that would almost be a normal price.
You have to snap it all together though, right?
Yeah, you got to cut
as the
it, sand it.
instructions are good.
Sometimes they're in Japanese.
Instructions usually you can find online somewhere. I had to do that. With a lot of my Zoids, I still have some Zoid kits that are still in the boxes. And it's like, okay, some of those are good, but then I have some that got taken apart and I had to look up instructions online.
3,500 pieces.
It's so bad.
That's the one I'm currently working on. Not the exact one, but same model.
Mm-hmm.
The RX-78-2.
See, if I could build something that cost that much, I'd feel differently. Like buying a statue for $300 or building something for that same amount, I think I'd probably lean toward the build.
Would you like a mug?
Yeah, I would. I would drink out of that.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. I'm guessing they have a lot of other anime stuff on here. Could you type in Trigun?
Yeah, I'm sure they got some Vashta Stampede. I wonder if they have his glasses. I'd pop in some prescription lenses into those.
Are you not a fan of Trigun, Steven, or?
What are you talking about? I love Trigun. What?
Do you? I don't know. We've never talked about it, so. It's pretty cool.
All right, Pacific. Name something you don't have that you're looking for, and please don't say wrestling.
I'm not gonna say wrestling, brother.
Oh, good.
It's probably related.
Because I already saw some Star Wars stuff that you put on screen, Star Trek stuff that you put on screen that I'm going, oh, I wish I had that. Well, you did show a little bit of Transformers. Go back to the Transformers stuff.
More than meets the eyes.
Transformers.
That's a Bluetooth speaker. Kingdom
Yo, did
Come.
anybody win that tape player that Loki was giving away?
I don't.
No, the Transformers
What is that
sound.
Ironhide?
Oh.
What's that called? Transformers Soundwave. Soundwave.
Soundwave, yeah.
Yeah, he had a giveaway for one.
Is that Cliff Jumper? No, who is that?
Ironhide.
Ironhide.
Yeah, Ironhide.
See, that was something when I had Transformers, but none of them survived. But when the new ones were introduced, I went ahead and collected all the ones that were around at the time. Like they introduced some new ones, so I only got the basic ones that were in the old series. It's funny you show a gun there. I had a Transformer that turned into a gun. And that was the toy that I took with us on vacation when we jumped on the plane.
My God.
So it was in the suitcase in a gun. So they unzipped the suitcase. You know, I'm like 10 years old. And my mom's like, oh, no, it's not a gun. It's Transformer. So they made me transform it in front of them so that they could prove, you know, this must have been late 80s, mid to late 80s. But yeah, you know, before any of the big scares, but I thought it was hilarious. And a Soundwave, if I could get a hold of a Soundwave with the cassettes, I would do that too.
Yep.
I know I showed him during the last collector stream, but
yeah,
he's just so cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, he opens up the.
I'd rather them make him a Lego set than Optimus Prime.
Yep, and then he turns into the transforms
Laserbeak.
into the right, Laserbeak.
I think he'd be way cooler as a Lego set. But
There's also the Rhino.
Optimus is the leader.
Well, Jim, I'm going to take off here. I've got an
All
early
right,
morning
brother.
coming up on me, but thanks for having me on, guys.
You're welcome. Is there anything you want to
man.
plug?
Oh, there you go.
Well, Fat Steve and I tomorrow at 5:15 Central Standard Time, the Kings. So,
All right.
I love how he says,
Yep. As you can see, he's excited. Absolutely
I'm sick.
excited.
What the
Yes.
hell do you want from me?
He is so pumped up.
Dude, if you knew the last 2 months what I've gone through, you're lucky I'm even talking.
Well, I hope you
Baron,
get better, brother.
I appreciate you coming on, Baron. I really do. And you know you're always welcome here on the channel anytime.
Thank you.
Yep. Talk to you soon, Baron.
Okay, talk to you both. Okay, take care, everybody.
See you later, alligator.
Hi, Londo.
Londo Malawi?
I thought you might like that, Pacific.
Oh,
That's fun.
Oh. That's
Let me make that a little bigger.
Yeah, I
Let me
like
make that big. I like it.
I'll accept that new
$21?
modification.
I don't know.
What
my
the-
gosh.
Wow.
I like
That's somebody thinking right there.
Yep.
What is it? 256 gigs? No.
Megs.
Still pretty cool, though.
Yep.
I might have to buy
That's still
that.
like an hour of music at least.
Oh, you can put several
Oh,
photos on
see,
there.
now you're making me mad. Where's the Soundwave iPod player?
They actually did make an MP3 player that was Soundwave.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they did.
I would buy that, but it's got to look like a big stereo.
Unfortunately, this one only looked like Soundwave in robot mode.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There you go.
Well,
That'd
this
be
has.
cool.
I'll have to look up Voltron stuff later and so on.
See what happens. See what happens. We sit at the same table, we talk about stuff, and we're like, man, now I got to go spend money.
I know, right? Dang it.
self-loathing.
No.
Oh, this stuff's fun. And I look forward, like all my stuff's in boxes. So I'm trying to get the house taken care of before I work on my shed. But I'll be so excited to actually be able to talk about this stuff when it's out and I know what I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you can just turn around and point to it, or just grab it immediately. And
Oh, look at that cable! It's sick. That was nice. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's a miniature though, so it's not really.
Nice. I love that look of cable, man.
The look is nice though.
All that artillery on him was just so cool. It was all about the bigger gun, man. And I was expecting something when they showed it. It's like, oh, we're gonna see the big guns now, and they like didn't even do anything. Now she was my favorite. Oh, jeez. Psylocke.
Yep.
I have thought of maybe getting a Psylocke statue. There's a few statues that are pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is the only Magneto I want.
Wow.
What series? What's his helmet look like?
It's the Kai Arts, the play.
Oh, okay. Yeah, even Rogue, they've never would have been able to pull off her look right.
New.
Oh, forget that outfit.
It's canceled.
Oh man. Yeah, that's Mystique right there, man. They ruined her look. I thought she looked great in the old comic books.
Oh yeah.
That man thongs. What the hell?
I don't know why they put it in the same thing.
It's so funny. Yeah.
You might also be interested in.
no.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Bishop too. God, yeah, he had
Dang,
such a
that's
good look.
expensive. Wow. Ouch. Man,
Are they saying who is that one? Is that the same one that you were looking at before?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good looking one.
That's not bad, and the price isn't bad either.
34, I would buy that. Yep.
I have her. She's on my shelf.
Always liked Psylocke. I just thought she was a cool character. Yeah, but yeah, such a good look. Those looks, even though they were all costumed up, they were such good looks.
That keychain of Wolverine is cool. Ooh, Emma Frost. Yeah.
Night, old man. Thanks for stopping by, brother.
Oh, a good one.
Yep.
So, see, there's definitely stuff you could invest in.
I know, right? Jeez.
I think you'd be happy if you did a little bit of research.
There's this Corrin figure from Fire Emblem. I don't know if you guys know of Fire Emblem.
I know of Fire Emblem. I don't
Do
know
you?
the stories.
Yeah, there's a female Corrin figure, and it was like $179, but you can make different poses with it, so you can move the figure around. But
And that's good too. If it's not one position, the
Yeah.
value goes up for me.
Ooh, yeah, that's.
And anything posable or changeable, like maybe it's got some different arms or something that clicks on. Anything like that, I like a lot.
No, good gosh, that
There's so much amazing stuff.
Expensive.
Okay, Steven, so just email me those lottery numbers and we'll go.
Right.
Yeah, right after I try to figure out how to survive the rest of the year. Thank you.
I'll split it with you.
Okay. Sure.
You're muted, brother.
Right?
You're muted, man.
Oh, well, I'm on camera but muted. Alrighty. Well, I was just gonna say that I want that Enterprise Baron showed. He had the Enterprise D, the full plastic one. I think it was Playmates, but I'm not sure. But it's basically an actual toy, not the miniature set. Secondly, I already mentioned the original die-cast Enterprise. Also, side note, this is my tape wall. It's a shelf on a wall, and the Left Side trilogy is the one from the mid-90s when they re-released the trilogy, and then like 2 years later they released the special edition, and it's a little asymmetrical, but you put it side by side and you got Darth Vader, so it looks kind of cool. So that's why I'm showing that. And before, I think Padawannabe mentioned the Millennium Falcon, and unfortunately I did not prep appropriately, but where the hell did I put it? This picture of Padme I took is next to a Millennium Falcon, and that's what you're looking at on the front.
Oh,
here.
yeah. I see that. Nice.
So it's like the only reason I didn't show it was because years ago I separated the cockpit window and the metal frame for it, and I have both of them somewhere, and next time I find them I'm going to round them up and put them in a Ziploc bag and put them with this until I'm ready to reassemble it. And then if I'm still missing the window, I've learned how to 3D print the transparent part now, so worst case scenario I'll measure the part that I do have against what I need to print and figure it out from there. And that brings us into Babylon 5 real quick, because I want I want Babylon 5 toys, but if I get a Babylon 5 toy, I'm not going to be able to open it, if it's like original. So I practiced a little bit with this Omega class destroyer. And what I want to do is there's actually a different version of this that you can download, where you download, like, you 3D print parts that are like this big. You do like 40 separate pieces that are huge, and you screw it together and you end up with an Omega class destroyer that's like this big. It's not really a collectible, but I still want it. And I hope I do that one of these days.
Those things that they can do, that you can do now, it's, it might not be something you can buy in a store or anybody even makes, but now that you can make your own pieces, you're like, gosh, I always wanted whatever. And maybe there is a way I can get something. And that,
there's one
to collectors, there's no value in it other than the love of collecting, but that means so much to us, and it's so cool.
There's one caveat with 3D printing. Like, if you have the type of printer I'm currently using, this is, uses filament. Like right now I'm doing the Orville. You have these very fine layer lines, and you got to level the bed I'm not showing it. Whoops. It has these very fine layer lines, and you got to level it just right. I'm printing the Orville here. And so the caveat is, if you get the resin printers, the ones that use that goo, those give you finer detail. And the only issue is that the filament one I'm using now doesn't create fumes with this type of material, but the ones with the resin, some of those you have to have good ventilation. You got to put it near a window, and it doesn't just smell, it's sometimes toxic. So I wanted to get one of those resin printers, but I wanted to hold off until I understand a little bit better about how I'm going to go about venting it. And I don't know if I was showing the Millennium Falcon. I don't remember if I had the camera angle up. So just let me know if I showed you this already. I did show this, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. I wasn't sure if I forgot to switch my display. So the resin printers, for the same amount of money, you get a larger print area on this type of printer. But it's harder to manage when you start printing on the corners. You got to level it just right. The resin ones look easier to work with, but you get about half the surface area or half the, volume for the same amount of money. So, it's something to research, but one thing I like is when people combine 3D printing with their existing model making skills. I think a week ago somebody had a guy who makes action figures on his channel. I don't remember if anyone remembers who, but he was working. I think he's the guy who did the Mexican Iron Man figure, and
he's Andy Masterson.
Yes. Yep, that guy. And he talked about people he knew who will mix and match a little bit. Like maybe it'll make the majority of the figure, or they'll 3D print a generic component. Maybe like in my case, like if I had someone like make a figure for me, or if I had a molding of one, then maybe I would just print the weapons. So like maybe I'm missing the gun for a stormtrooper, blaster for a stormtrooper. So maybe you print something relatively simple, for example, whereas something more complex, you would leave that to the professional model maker. So, you know, it's like something that, you know, don't put all your eggs in one basket. But I think that if you, you know, strategize, you could really have some flexibility. You can mix and match, you know, different methods of doing stuff. Like, you don't have to limit yourself to using one 3D printer or something. Sometimes it's better to just carve a block of wood. Like, you know, you want to make a phone stand, you don't need to 3D print it. You know, you got 2 pieces of wood, glue them together, you got a phone stand. Maybe not as pretty, but you know.
Nice. Use what you got, man. Use what you got.
Mm-hmm.
I am gonna have to wrap up soon.
Yeah,
All
I'll
right,
have
brother.
to get out of here in another 2 minutes too. Things are starting to
I'm
creep
probably
up
going to go
on me.
on till 11 o'clock and then call it a stream.
I can hang in.
I cannot. I have to go take some medicine and stuff. But I did have fun tonight, dude.
I appreciate you coming on, Steven. It's great to get you on a stream. And if you're ever interested in doing a gaming stream with me at any point, let me know.
You're welcome to come join us for gaming. I'm doing Evil Dead right now.
Okay.
I got to find out what games you play, and we'll just call it. We make fun of Cash Money for an hour game stream.
That's not nice.
Sounds good to me. Yeah,
I'm
sending
kidding.
you a
I'm
list of-
kidding. I would not do that to you. Okay? As you planned it.
Steven, we still need to find a game to play together, man.
Why does it sound like you're hitting on me in a bathhouse?
Not me.
I'm messing with you. No, but I had a great
Well,
time.
pleasure as always,
Yeah,
Steven.
man, we'll find some game to play or something. But
Phasmo,
yes, we could play that definitely. Yeah.
But yeah, you guys are great. You have a good group of friends here, Pacific.
Thank you. And again, I really appreciate you coming on. You know,
I'm simple, dude. I'm no one big. Don't worry about that.
Oh, brother.
I'm serious. It's just another content creator. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, but people need to know how great your content is, especially when you were covering all the convoys, the Freedom Convoy in Canada, and then you know, here in the U.S.
It's all gone.
Mhm.
It's
You
all,
tried.
it's
I
all,
respect you for trying.
it's all on Rumble, but I had to delete over 250,000 views.
What?
That's the reason they took down my monetization.
Man,
It's not
yeah,
like
you
me.
did you did a lot of work with that too, man.
That's
ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say now that YouTube is no longer a platform to express yourself. It is a timeshare where you are allowed to make money if they want you to.
Mm-hmm. Ridiculous.
So don't get depressed. It happens. It's all backed up somewhere. But you know, that's why I'm not doing much on this platform, because I'll be honest. Every time I go live or upload a video, not even 30 seconds into the stream, there's no one even watching it, and they're already scrubbing subs. They've been scrubbing mods, scrubbing actual friends, everything. They're very. If you're not on the same kind of siding, I'm thinking with YouTube, especially with whatever their political shit is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They'll hurt your ass. So I'll keep doing it. I'm trying to get my algorithm back into like the normal pop culture people that were in my audience before, and it's working slowly. So I'll just keep pushing through. But I ain't kissing YouTube's ass no more.
No, you never kiss their ass though, man. I don't think so.
No, but
I
just
will.
I'm trying to keep you there.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring it down either. I'm sorry.
no, brother.
Bless you. I got a question. Let's say I got content that's not YouTube friendly, but I post a video on YouTube saying, "Hey, go to my Rumble channel," and like, you know, I put it on blast. I put it like very clear on the video on YouTube. Will they give me shit about that?
What you do is you use like the intro of it saying find the rest of the video here and only use the part that won't get you shit on YouTube, and then have a link in the description, use that as the end of your video, and then show where it goes and put the link in the description.
And they usually don't penalize people for that?
Why would they penalize you putting a link to where the rest of your content is on another channel? It's not their place.
I mean, I agree, but that you're using logic. See, like that's the problem. You're using logic, but no, I agree with you. But sometimes I figure like there's so much irrationality in this world, and the way that those who purport the message act.
The thing is, we don't know. YouTube doesn't talk to us, right? We don't get a proper reasoning, a proper transparency between creator and platform.
Mm-mm.
So, guess what? You're never gonna win.
Yeah, it's true. You don't know the rules. You can't abide.
Yeah, we're playing 3D chess, but we have no chess pieces.
Right.
It's true. They never gave Brandon a proper reason why they pulled down his original channel.
Mm-hmm. Ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah. But Rumble is actually pretty good, or Odyssey. Have you tried Odyssey, Steven, at all?
I just used it to back up my stuff. I don't
Right.
really care.
Okay.
I'm not paying $10 a month to constantly have to re-put a new RTMP stream key if I want to stream on Rumble.
Right. I get that.
Yeah, there's more important things I got to deal with, and that announcement will come later. But other than that, no, this was fun. This was real fun. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yep.
Thanks for coming. And again, we got to do a game stream one of these days, and I'll send you the list of games I have, and we can compare notes.
Me too.
Sounds good. You all have a great evening. Chat, you've been great. Have a good evening. Everyone else, I'm out, bitches. Take care.
Be well, Steven.
See you, man.
Bye.
Have a good night, brother.
This was a pleasure as always. I will always love the collector dreams. That's very much enjoy that it's just not something stuff that we actually can converse about this.
Now I'm gonna go on that Wish site. Dang it!
You're in trouble.
Just another site to spend money on.
Just like, no, don't make me do it. Oh no! Oh,
But from what we saw there, I saw lots of stuff that I would be comfortable putting money into. So I would feel, from your perspective, I think I would feel better if I were you, about what you were doing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Doing.
I'm still thinking about that figure. It's just a lot of money, and I'm like, where am I going to place it? But I couldn't get a female Corin, so I've got a male Corin for Amiibo, and if I want to get a female Corin for my Amiibo collection, it's like $80, and I'm just like, ugh. Amiibos don't cost that much. So.
Oh yeah, well that's like that Lego I'm trying to get right now. It's like it shouldn't be $160, but it is.
Nice.
So I bought these for a reason. I bought the DVD box set. Well, I downloaded it, then I bought it because, it's a good show. I watched it ad nauseum. But then I realized that the DVD version, what they did was they took the square image, the aspect ratio 4:3, like the old TV, where it's kind of square, and they basically, made the live action widescreen because it was filmed in widescreen, but all of the CGI and VFX composite scenes were, recorded on 4:3 aspect ratios. So they had a decision to make, like, do you mix the widescreen scenes with, pillow box? And so they decided just to crop all of the VFX scenes. So that's why if you watch any scene where they're in front of an artificial background, everything looks kind of blurry. So when you watch it on HBO Max or Amazon Prime now, you'll notice that it's remastered, but you got pillow box again instead of it being widescreen. So they decided it was a good compromise, and I agree, to crop the widescreen live action footage and just play it the way it was originally broadcasted. Because when they directed the show, they, kept it in mind that people would watch it on TV in, non-widescreen format. So what I wanted to do before I knew that they remastered it, I was going to record the VHS copy, take the VFX composite scenes from here, and mix them with the, DVD version so that, every time you'd go from like a live scene, it would be widescreen, then it would cut to pillow box, but you would be able to see the missing part. And the first time I watched this, I was blown away because like there's scenes where people are standing in, inside the outdoor part of Babylon 5, and you see more detail. You'll see like, your two characters standing on the ground, and then you'll see the, the monorail, the, all of the stuff, at the center of the stations, at the center of spin. And these are details that in the widescreen version are often cut off the top and bottom of the frame. So I'm glad that I didn't have to buy. I only bought these 3 episodes or 6 episodes because I was just experimenting, and then by the time I was halfway done, I found out it was remastered and I didn't have to do it anymore. So I just hope they release it on Blu-ray eventually.
Well, they'd be fools not to.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
Some of us would buy it. Like I bought it on DVD, and I would like instantly. Drop $200 on Blu-ray if it came out tomorrow, or whatever they go for. Hopefully, not more than 200.
I mean, I think it sucks that the only way you can see a remastered version is by subscribing to HBO Max.
Yeah, dude, I had to subscribe. Well, I did it backwards, so I didn't realize you can get it on HBO Max at the time. So I basically paid like $30 a season on Amazon. So it's like I'm usually very against paying for something that I'm not holding in my hand, but I found a workaround for recording it. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll get my money's worth. But it was a tough call, and then Apple has their own remastered version, and apparently the color's a little different. So I don't know, like, I hope I didn't get like the bad copy, but it looks pretty good. I mean, you got like good detail, you got film grain, but it does suck that you either have to subscribe to HBO Max or outright pay for it in addition to your existing Prime subscription. Mm-hmm. Because you own them for life. Yeah, you own them for life on Amazon until Amazon doesn't exist or until something changes, which is pretty much probably in fine print somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, there's one series I wish they would release, and I mean, it shouldn't be a surprise to too many people, I would think. But, Deep Space Nine, remaster that.
There's a guy working on it. There's a guy who's remastering it, and he's like joking that if, when he's done, he's going to be so mad at Paramount. I got to look up. I don't remember the guy's name, but it's been purported there is a guy who's working on remastering DS9. And he's doing it, the hard way, but he's doing it, much cheaper than how, they would do it if they were doing it like at Paramount or CBS. They would scan the film negatives. He doesn't have that available or, film stock. But only problem is that how is that man going to distribute it once, he's completed? So we may still not be able to see it.
Yeah, it may just be part of his own private collection forever because, CBS is going to crack down on him if he tries to sell it.
Yeah. Like, maybe it'll go out on the high seas by accident, but the fact is that he's the man who originated it. They know he exists. So, yeah, either way, it's not really it wouldn't work out for him. So, I don't know. I hope it, leaks out by accident, but if some random guy could do a good job doing it, it'll be kind of disappointing considering that, a big corporation could have done it all along.
That's true. And I think on that note, if you guys have anything that you want to say before we wrap this up.
I'm good as far as needing to plug anything. I haven't started yet. I'll probably be doing a Smallville stream soonish. Well, more later-ish than soonish, but that'll be the future. But I just wanted to jump on camera again, and these are just awesome. Thanks to everybody that came on before. And you two, all 3 of you guys, hanging in there with us all. It's awesome. It's just great.
Yeah.
And I'm always happy to have you here, Padawannabe, whether it's be, Pop Talk or, these Saturday streams that I have, once a month. Anytime you or DJRonnieG or you Cash want to hop on. I'll send you the link. Or if you see that I'm doing Pop Talk on Wednesday or on Sunday in the morning and you want to hop on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I always look forward to any time I can talk to anybody. Usually if I am not jumping on, it's only because I'm moving around and I just can't sit still. 2 minutes here, 10 minutes there. Then take a 20-minute job. Just back and forth. But I'm always, like I've told you before, the Pop Talks are one of the highlights of my week. Because it's like I get to catch up on everything. And I don't have to hear from the news. No slant. I just hear it, the article. That's it.
No slant. You will see Mike get upset sometimes.
Yeah, you
He's
missed
gonna
it this
turn into
past
the Hulk.
Wednesday. You missed it this past Wednesday.
Oh,
You know,
Yes.
I'm just tired of all this identity politics, and it's like I don't care about the character's sexual orientation. I just want the character to be a good character, whether they're a hero or a villain. That's all I want. I want good characters and good story. That's all I want. That's all any of us want.
People, for whatever reason, Padawannabe, people always want to be in these wars for some reason. I don't know if it makes people feel good, and instead of just saying, well, why don't we use logic and reason again more, and then we'll figure a lot of this stuff out.
Well, yeah, we're just at a time where people think yelling gets them heard over good thought. You know, we'll change it. The intelligent people will prevail.
They will, yes. But yep, go ahead.
And Cash, well, I'm sorry for laughing, but as you can see, Phil McCracken is here, and
always, dude, always.
Cash Money loves Star Trek V, so you know what I gotta play.
I know.
Here we go.
Excuse me, I'd just like to ask a question. What does God need with a starship?
It's just, yeah, he likes to tell us all the time, Master Paul, Crit, other people, that, you know, Picard can't throw a punch, he can't kiss a woman. All those are blatant lies, though. So.
Yeah.
He'll tell you they aren't, but you know, this guy likes Star Trek V, so what do you expect? Look, whatever you want to like, it's fine, but he wants to keep trying to tell me I'm supposed to like Star Trek V. I don't know, because of the row your boat. And I don't like that movie very much at all.
I mean, does he like it because it has its own charm, or does he like it because he thinks it's a well-made movie?
I just think he has some bad taste, personally, you know.
Because, I mean, like, I like the movie, but I like it because it's so bad it's good, you know? Like Sharknado. Sharknado's not a great movie, but the concept is just great.
It's not bad. They made like 3 or 4 of them, I think, or something, those Sharknado movies.
Yeah, they did.
It's something, though. I mean, they want to try something new. So, you know, this big giant shark that does stuff.
Oh, yeah. And they got Meg now, Megalodon or whatever. I got to watch that.
It's decent. You know, there's stuff that can be always worse. I mean, we still have a lot of stupid reality shows out there. Yes, here we go. Always on time with Phil McCracken.
It's always a good time.
Always.
Yep.
But yeah, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'll be with Paul and Master Paul and his brother, and we'll be talking about something. I don't know what. And then the Phantom Hooligans, there will be some excitement coming soon. I'm just working on learning how to make thumbnails at this point. So.
I just clip them.
Yeah.
Just clip them off the end of my thumb, and I got them.
But a bump.
But all jokes aside, it is like a lazy way to do thumbnails. You could probably just use the snipping tool and like use the rectangular selector and cut and paste it and like use MS Paint. But it's a pretty sloppy way to go. But you know, you might be able to work something out there.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a better way, I mean, if you have like other software that you just need to learn, then yeah, play around with it. You know.
Yes, definitely.
Cash McCracken. So, Phil's your adopted father. What do you say?
I hope can I do I have an option to jump out of a window? Yes. I don't know. I think Phil McCracken wants to be in some of our lives more, or he just wants to knock on our doors and say, "Hey guys, guess what?" And you're like, "Oh boy, here we go. Star Trek V is the best." Yeah.
Well, you know, Cash, it sounds like you and Phil McCracken have a few issues, so I got a clip here.
If you've got an issue, here's a tissue.
Aw.
I like that clip.
Tissue, I don't even know you.
Well, you know, if he talks smack, I have to keep talking smack, Pacific. So.
How about no?
Oh,
Just a couple of new ones I added.
Those movies are still funny.
Yeah, I was watching it
Austin
last
Powers
night.
is still funny. It's stupid funny, but there's still a pretty good story in there for all of them. Goldmember and I think the first one's probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Let's see. Phil says you can jump out the window when you hear Van Halen jump cash.
I'm sure. So random. I like that song, Jump, though. Yeah. It's a good song.
Oh, come on and do the karaoke stream next time.
Yeah. Yeah, I might actually sing something solo next time, so yeah.
But yes, Pacific, thank you, as always.
You're welcome,
Hopefully
brother.
I'll be more organized for the next time we try this.
It's okay.
Maybe something I'll actually pick up.
I don't expect everybody to have everything ready at the time of the stream. I know how it is. You got to take it out of the boxes as you're going along, and that's what you did.
Yeah. I'll get there one day. It'll all be out. I just got to take care of that stuff first. So, but
I'm
I'll
sure
be there.
it'll be awesome, man.
But yeah, this was always a pleasure. I enjoy these.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I do want to extend the invitation for any of you guys who are on the panel tonight. You know, Fat Steven, we had Woopah Troopah, we had Smoking Patriot, of course, Padawannabe, DJRonnieG, you know, Cash Money, everybody who was on the panel, even those guys who couldn't make it. I know Brandon couldn't make it because of his internet, and that's understandable. And Matt from Channel 66 was going to come on, but then something came up, so he had an opportunity to go see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse, and I said, hey, dude, your kids want to go see that movie?
Yeah.
Go see it with the family. Spend time with the family.
Yes, absolutely.
But I want to hear everything there is to hear about the movie after you've seen it.
Yeah.
But anyways, you guys are always welcome on the channel. You're always welcome on Pop Talk anytime.
Thank you.
And there's one more comment here from Phil McCracken. Cash Money.
Not true. That's not even half true.
Yeah, I don't see how that would fly in LA.
Absolutely not.
I really don't.
The last time the Yankee fans came here, they were somewhat belligerent. They were rude to people on the buses, I heard. And I was like, not that. I know, right? Dodger fans can be rude too, though. I'm not going to get that twisted. They can be rude. I've had my brother actually in the parking lot when we were coming home getting flipped off by somebody. So, yeah.
That's you expect that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Screw your team, you know.
Oh man, yeah. I was just coming home and stuff, and it was like he was gonna let the person in, and then the young lady waved and then flipped him off, and so he beeped at her, and yeah, I know that's the stupidity. Yeah, there's a lot of people in this city and state, so.
Yep. A lot more than there were 25 years ago when I lived there.
Yes, there's about 42 million or something. It's crazy. Yeah.
Well, once again, thank you everybody.
Thank you
From the panel.
Yeah,
thank you
man.
everybody in the chat. I do want to acknowledge the chat real quick before I sign off. Phil McCracken, thank you for coming by. Don't be a stranger, brother. Also, Zan Zoltan, thank you for stopping by. Anonymous, always good to see you, brother. We also had Old Man. Thank you, Old Man. We also had, scrolling up here, Input Latency. Thank you very much. We also had, keep going, Arwin. It was always
cool.
Nice to see you, Arwen. Don't be a stranger. Leia Rose. Good, great. Yeah, can't even speak right now. Great to see you. We had Resolute Germ. And keep going.
It's nice to see people from other communities all coming around. You know, it's nice to see.
Yeah, it is. The support. And that's what we do. We support each other.
Yes.
Woopah Troopah. Great to have you on the panel and great to have you in the chat too. And of course, the Admiral.
Yes.
And let's see who else. Oh yes, we also had Tommy and the Guinea Pig collection. Check out his streams; they're awesome.
He's got guinea pigs?
I don't know. He does collector streams.
Oh, okay.
Talks about different topics. And
cool.
Let's see who else. I don't want to miss anybody. Pop Culture Mechanic. Thank you, brother. It's always nice to see you here. It's nice to see everybody here. As a matter of fact, of course, DJRonnieG.
It's a pleasure.
And keep going. And Brandon Looney Tunes fan 2000.
What's up, Doc?
Yeah, what's up, Doc? You wascally rabbit.
He got like 500 subs right now.
Yeah, he does. He's rocking it, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
And of course, we had Spock.
We did, yes.
Spock's Fridays nights.
Don't be a stranger, Spock. Need to see you more.
Absolutely.
And with that being said, once again, thank you all so very much. Greatly appreciate it. If you like what you saw here, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like what you saw here, give it a thumbs down. Share this stream with your friends and any other content on this channel with your friends. And consider subscribing to the PACIFIC414 YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate it.
I want you to know it's over.
Well, bye.
This has been a test of the emergency hypnotoad system. Had this been an actual hypnosis, you would go limp and watch whatever crap